What's happening, folks? Just wait for systems to warm up here. Now, I'm out to, I'm on early tonight in case you missed last night, because Linda Sabo is supposedly joining me early to talk about an event she has coming up that she wanted to share with everybody. We'll see how that goes. Christian, how you doing? There is no Linda Sabo yet. I have Annette for 6:30 or so. This is all theoretical because Annette texted me about an hour ago saying that her Wi-Fi is wonky again. Hi, Annalie, how you doing? So we shall see. And I texted Linda and gave her the link. So there may be, I'm not going to say user error, but there may be a slight delay in tonight's programming. So I'm out to them both. We'll see how this goes. Hi, Amy. How you doing tonight? Geez, Linda's usually early, which is what I'm worried about. Carol, how you doing? Good to see you again. Ooh, Spiritual Seeker, how are you? Nydia, how you doing? Good to see you. Missed you last night, Nydia. It was a fun one. Oh, Brown Bunny's in early. How you doing tonight? Sean, good to see you. Yeah, this is a nice background, huh? Beautiful place. Toasty in here. Thank you, SG. Yeah, this is a nice one. All right, now if we're already 2 minutes past. I'll believe it when I see it when everybody shows up tonight, meaning our guests. So we'll see how that goes. Now, oh, Linda is here. Beautiful. I was always good to see you, Brown Bunny. You don't have to catch up on anything. That was just question gathering last night. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is Linda. We'll see how this goes. Linda. Uh-oh. Oh, almost. Linda.
I made
it. You're in.
I'm in. How are you?
Good. Good to see you.
You too. You too.
All right, we're off to a flying start.
Oh, we are. That's good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We're getting folks are flooding in right now.
Excellent. Excellent. Look at those beautiful Christmas decorations.
Do you like that?
Yeah, very festive. Yeah.
Isn't that nice? Yeah, we do it right here.
And the shirt's the killer, you know.
People say it's an ugly sweater. I say no. This is the beautiful sweater. And my dog, of course, already is getting wound up. Oh, you're frozen, Linda. We'll wait for you. Hi, Phyllis. Hi, Jessica. Oh, Marlene, good to see you. Jenna, Joanne, Tweet, Liz, Eileen, how are you? Oh, boy. We'll see how this goes. I'll keep my phone open in case Linda has to call or text. So this is my worry tonight because Annette just warned me too that her Wi-Fi is also wonky. But to give you an idea of, Linda is about 1 mile from me, I guess east in a way. Yeah, she's going to come back in. And then Annette is 1 mile from me in the other direction. Now the Wi-Fi works fine here, so I don't know what to tell you. Jelly Belly, how you doing? Giselle, good to see you. Yeah, so we're waiting on Linda to come back again to, I don't know, we'll get caught up with her. We haven't talked to her in, I don't know, maybe a couple of months now. So we'll see how that goes. And then the show with Annette starts tonight too. Actually, I got a package in the mail that's for Annette. I don't know who it's from. There's no return address. So she's going to pick up that, or she'll pick that up after the show and unbox that. I don't know, maybe on her own channel at some point. So anyway, in case you missed last night's show, oh, Giselle, you saw the Patricia video? Oh, yeah, so it was a good one. Yeah, it was a good one last night. Oh, hold on. What are you saying, Annalie? Oh, you helping somebody else out? Okay. Linda, how you doing? Ice Sphere, good to see you. Oh yeah, Ice Sphere. I can always use a hat. Can you do brick? Can you do red brick? All right, we're gonna try Linda again. The crowd waits with bated breath. It's like a golf crowd tonight. Oh, thanks for all the thumbs. The thumbs help, folks.
I think it's going to be one of those nights.
Annette warned me too. She already said her Wi-Fi is wonky, but
All
I'm
day
okay.
it was kind of, I better talk fast then, huh?
Well, yeah, hopefully it'll just acclimate and get warmed up here with us. So
Hopefully, yeah.
Have you been? It's been a while, Linda.
I know. Yes, it has. Yep, lots of fun things have been happening.
Yeah, what's going on in your neck of the woods?
Oh, always learning something new, you know. That's a blessing and a curse, you know, because now you have to sort of catch up and reorient to what you're doing and change things a little bit. But I love it.
So Linda, for those new to the channel and new to you, just you want to explain who you are and what you do for everybody?
Yeah, I'm Linda Sabo, and
oh man, I might have to invite Linda over. We'll see. All right, while Linda does that, she's gonna have to bow out again. So I'll see if she calls. Okay, so anyway, what I did want to share with folks who missed last night was the last second drama that happened. How you doing, Pam? Hey, Rose, how are you? We're trying to connect with Linda Sabo. Her internet's cut out twice on us so far. Yeah, so she's gone again. So quickly, I want to show everybody something. Now check this out. You're on my desktop right now, right? This is how last night's show ended. Vicky Nedwick, good night, everyone. See you tomorrow. Jamie Johnson, good night. Kay Nelson, bunch of hearts. Me, thanks, everyone. Good night. Salty Chip, see you tomorrow night. Good night. Chuck Hepner, namaste. Paula Snell, bye. Yoon, hope's too late. That's probably oops, too late. So the second we logged off, Yoon hopped on. You see Anna Lee followed up. Unbelievable. I mean, that is ridiculous. We were joking about that all night. She hopped on within 10 seconds of us logging off last night. So I thought that was insane. And then part of me is like, is you really just kind of hanging out in the weeds during the show and then popping on at the very end? Anyway, I thought that was hilarious. All right, Linda, your audio is already in.
Okay.
All right. So, gee.
All right. So are you going back out and putting me back in, or should I do it? So,
You're doing it. You're doing it.
Okay. The last time I did it, this time I didn't, and I came back on.
Oh,
so
I didn't do anything.
Okay. Okay. So it is really screwy tonight. But anyway, okay, I'll talk really fast. So yeah. So as I was saying, I'm a hypnotherapist and a change worker. More to the change worker. I'm trying to find a new title for myself because I've gone beyond just using hypnosis for what I do. So I've actually, I just moved back to the area right before COVID, opened up an office, and that whole thing just blew up. And, but, you know, started again and everything's going excellent. And so I'm starting a new workshop, which I'm really, really excited about. It's going to be a retreat workshop. And it's going to be, I've done other workshops in the past, but this one's going to be really, really different. So I've taken all this new stuff, everything I've learned, and I'm putting it all in there. And it's going to blow your mind. So in a good way. Okay. I'm calling it the presence of mind. Yeah. And it's really going to be like an emotional reset of sorts. It's going to be for thinkers and overthinkers. That pretty much covers everybody, doesn't it?
Yeah, us for sure.
Yeah, I've been accused of being a thinker and an overthinker. And so now I just use that to my advantage. And I've talked to a lot of people who say, oh, their mind is driving me crazy. It's just constant. Yeah, this is how it works. You know, you're not going to stop that. You're not going to get rid of it, but you want to use it to your advantage. And that's one of the things is kind of the emphasis of what I do. So it's going to be experiential learning. So it's going to be an interactive workshop. So if you're the kind of person that just wants to come and, you know, video off and be making a salad while you're listening, and this is not the workshop for you.
Yeah, this is hardcore now we're talking.
Well, it's not hardcore, but you have to be paying attention. I need your full attention. I don't even want you to take notes. I don't even need to take notes. Okay. Because you know how in real estate they say location, location, location. Well, in my workshop, I say application, application, application. I want people to be able to just apply this to their life right away. Okay, that's the difference. You know how you do these workshops, you get all these tools and they're great at first. And then after a while, you've totally forgotten everything that you've learned there. Kind of like, well, what did we do over there? You know, now it's not going to be one of those things. I don't even want you to take notes. Seriously, I'll send you some, you know, some handouts and things with a few little tips on it, but it's going to be simple enough. And that's why I say it's going to be experiential. We're going to interact together and talk and work, you know, and you can bring your issues, but we're going to go beyond your issues so that you actually have a sense of what to do when stuff happens. To me, that's key. You're
So
not going to.
Linda, how does a small group setting benefit everybody?
Well, I'm only going to have 10 people at a time,
Okay.
each session. That is so, and it'll be 2 hours long. They're going to be once a week just for a month. So that'll be 4 sessions. And in those 4 sessions, I really think that I can give you what you need to go out in the world and just really gain control of your emotional life. And for me, that's the key. And so I'll be able to have enough time to interact with people and talk to people in those 2 hours. If I had a bigger group, that just wouldn't happen. So I might even run 2 groups simultaneously, only because of the time zone and changes. Because so I might have one on the weekend and possibly one during the week. So if I have somebody in California or somebody in the UK, you know, there's a 5-hour or 3-hour difference there. So I'm hoping.
Oh, I knew it was coming, folks. So we'll see if she comes back. So anyway, and help me out here to fill in the gaps, but Linda is going to start a class next month now that'll meet 4 times for 2-hour sessions once a week. And I believe the way Linda operates is when she takes on clients or works with people, they're sort of like she doesn't want you to be like a lifetime client. She wants to give you the tools and discovery patterns to help you figure your stuff out sooner than later. And then off you go to apply those things. So that's what she's talking about now. We've had really interesting chats about that in the past. So she wanted to try something different. She's trying to figure out a way to interact with this community and how to, we'll do it on my Facebook page as well to meet hyper locals. But what was cool is the first time we had a conversation here on this channel, she had a ton of action and engagement from all of you through her website. I think people booked appointments there as well. But she does like the idea of maybe a group setting, like a short burst group setting for folks. But I think she wants to do like a deep dive session. So if you're very serious and very focused, Linda's the person for you for what she's talking about. So we're hoping this falls into place and she can actually get in and get her spiel out of the way. Now, for those of you tuning in for Annette, Annette's joining us at 6:30 right here. Here comes Linda again. And then we'll start our show regular time. And then next week, we're going to do our prediction shows for 2023. So that's the idea there. We'll see if she gets back in. Almost. Here we go, Linda.
So what we're going to be doing is, I'll just continue on. We're going to be exploring the nature of thinking. Okay, how your mind works. And it's really going to be like, I'm going to pull back the curtain on the greatest illusionist in the universe, your mind. And once you see the trick, you can never be fooled again. That's kind of the gist of it. That's what I think is so awesome about this. It's going to be like no other workshop out there. And I'm going to use hypnosis after each session to do a relaxation trance. So you'll feel like you're getting an emotional massage. You're just going to walk away feeling so good. And that's going to cement in what you've learned for that session.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So Linda, while you froze on us at one moment, I was telling people how your approach and the way you work with clients is not to have, you can articulate this obviously better than I can, but the idea is to help someone on their path to discovery or to learn more about themselves or figure things out on their own in a much shorter period of time than what people may imagine when they talk about working with a change worker.
Yes, definitely. Usually I see people in 2 sessions. Okay. And so I plan this for 4 sessions only because it is a group. So I won't be working, one-on-one with the person the whole session. But also I wanted to give so probably you're going to get what you need to get after the first 2 sessions, but I want people to go back out in the world, experience a little bit life with this whole new way of seeing, because it's really about having insights. It's not an intellectual exploration. I'm not giving you just information. It's going to be more transformation. And that's the huge difference. It's like I said, once you see the trick, you can go and enjoy the magician's show, but it's going to be in a different perspective. You're going to understand and love how he's, fooling the audience because you're in on the trick, and it's still fun to watch that, So that's the whole difference. Hopefully you'll be having insights, pop up like, toast from the toaster. And I mean, I just read somebody, I forget who it was, but somebody was saying that, seeing is more the key to transformational thinking than thinking it out, figuring things out with your thinking. It's a huge distinction,
So, Linda, so then what type of people do you think would be ideal for this sort of coursework? The curious or?
Oh, the curious, but intellectual, capable, confident people who have, maybe they're meditators, maybe they're into, mindfulness, maybe they've done a lot of seminars, maybe they, I don't know, have been in psychotherapy, people who, I love how the mind works, love the change works. They read all the self-help books. I wouldn't say it's for a person who's done none of that, although you can join, but I would have a conversation with you first, because this is going to be such a game changer in your life. You're not going to be the same person that you were before you took this workshop. That I can tell you. Now, not everybody is ready for this.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a good pause moment. I knew we were going to lose her again, folks. So it looked like it's going to be like this. We have to hope that Annette's feed isn't going to be like this tonight, or we're going to be in for a long, long half hour. And actually, Annette won't deal with it. So I hope Linda comes back. So anyway, Annalie has posted Linda's website. And I don't know if there'll be a direct link there if anyone's interested in her coursework at all, or this class. Again, it's 4 2-hour sessions, I think, starting sometime in January. That's the gist of it. So if you're into how the mind works and thinking patterns and the brain, et cetera, that's what we're talking about here. So welcome back, Linda.
Okay, breaking up again.
Yep.
So yeah, I wonder if I could do something different here.
I don't know. I
can't understand what you're saying. Up there you are.
I'm stuttery.
Nope, you're still frozen.
Uh-oh. Yeah. So
okay, there you are. Yeah. Okay. I pretty much explained, what you need to know. I can always come back if some people have some questions and they can get their questions ready. It's going to be in the end of January. Okay. You can contact me and actually find out more information about it at my website, brushwithlifehypnosis.com or Linda Sabo 345@gmail.com. Like I said, I can give you all the details, but it's really going to be, did you hear who I said it was for? I didn't know if you caught that or.
You started to get into that a bit. You can reiterate.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be, for people who are looking, they do a lot of things. They read self-help books, they meditate, they've done, maybe hypnosis before and all kinds of things. They love going to workshops, but they just really haven't, there's that something missing. They haven't quite put their finger on it. I used to be a seeker, for 40 years, and I actually have stopped seeking. There is no seeking to be done, okay? There's just appreciating the wonder of life and dealing with issues that come up so that they might be painful, they might be a challenge, but you're not going to be suffering. And that's
you with
the
me,
key.
Linda?
It looks like are you still there?
I'm there, but you're freezing. Can you keep talking?
I can almost hear you.
Okay.
You're still, there you are. Okay.
So Christine says, I'm in. Linda, do you know about EE therapy? Can you hear me, Linda? Nope, we're going to lose her again.
Okay, I didn't hear that. Do I know about
EE therapy?
Say that again. Do I know about what?
EE therapy. Yeah, she'll probably hop back in. We'll get the information for her site or classes.
I can always,
and then I can always pass it along in the community tab too. But it's brushwithlifehypnosis.com is her website. Annalie has a link to another website there. You back, Linda?
I'm back. Okay, what was your question? Do I know about what?
So someone is interested in the course and they just said, do you know about EE therapy?
Kind of, you're breaking up, so I'm not really getting it.
We can't keep doing this, Linda.
Oops, you there?
I'm here.
Oh, you writing me a chat? You writing me a note?
Nope, I was just checking out.
Okay.
So
you hear me
EE
now?
therapy, do you know what EE therapy is? Can you not hear me?
You're breaking up. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, every now and then. So what's just the easiest way for people to get in touch with you or to learn more about this? Okay, so I removed Linda from the meeting because I can't keep doing that 100 times. So I'll find the information with Christine. I know I can contact you with that stuff as well. And if Linda wants to pop back in, she can, but I can't do that 40 times tonight. So anyway, Annette's going to be with us hopefully in 5 minutes or so. We'll do that. She has one gift, but she's not going to get unbox it until after she swings by here after the show. But if her feed is okay, we will do our typical marathon session. Now, what we're trying to figure out is when we do the prediction show for 2023. So that my guess is that's going to be next Wednesday night. What we're trying to figure out is, can we replay last year's show and chill with all of you in real time and review last year's predictions? So the worst case scenario is I may just have one of those shows play before the live show with Annette next week. So let's say, I think we had one prediction show we did on Christmas Eve, which is about an hour long. So we could play that from say 6 to 7 p.m. next week. And then Annette and I can come on from 7 p.m. on. That was one thought. I have tried to think of other ways where Annette and I may be in little small spaces in a corner of the screen while we replay last year's show on the big screen. But unless Annette and I are side by side, I doubt that's going to happen. I just don't trust that working yet. So we'll see. I mean, the worst case scenario is I can either replay these shows before the live with Annette or have them run on a separate night, because the ones we did on New Year's Eve and the one we did with Linda G, those are both 2+ hours long. So we're not going to be able to do that before a show. But if you guys want them on, like, say, a Friday night or something, you can let us know if there's a certain day of the week that works best for you. Another thing is I may actually have an event next Tuesday night. Tuesday nights are usually when I go on and gather questions for Annette. And obviously next week would be a big one because it's the year-end predictions. So I'll keep you all posted on that. Also, I'm scheduling an interview with Svetlana Rozgon, my Ukrainian friend, who's been traveling the world, basically demonstrating, and is back home now. So we're working on that. I caught up with her a couple times this week. We were actually hoping to do a show last Friday, and but she was part of a lecture at a local museum and wanted me to watch the lecture, the recorded lecture after the fact, before we met up again. So anyway, that's where we are with Svetlana. That's where we are with this channel. You might have saw the video I did earlier today with Patricia at the Azorian restaurant. That was a lot of fun. After I shot that, I actually did a Happy Holidays video from the restaurant that she did in English and Portuguese. So I was editing that before I hopped on here tonight. And she also painted Christmas ornaments with Pauline from Pauline's Gifts. I did that. That's on my Facebook page. I'm not going to download that and upload that here for you. But anyway, when we have the refresh channel, Patricia is going to be a part of it. I'm trying to work out a show with her, which will be a fun one. So I'll keep you all posted on that. As far as our house construction goes, no news there yet. We're waiting for, I don't know, an architect. The architect and the contractor have to get nailed down their construction plans, and then the permitting happens. We don't know if the offices around here are going to be open through the holidays or whatever. So no real movement there. But once they do get going, it shouldn't take long for me to start building out the studio downstairs. I also had breakfast this morning with the guys who are going to help me build the studio and direct the shows, the new shows moving forward. So that was great. All positive stuff there. So one of the guys who's helping me build the studio actually has his own podcast studio just a couple miles from me. And so what I may do with Annette are some shows from there to sort of test things out. They even said that we could even try next week's show there. So that'll be cool. I want to get those guys used to directing and dropping graphics in, et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, those are the initial thoughts there on the new channel when things get refreshed. So there's a lot going on that end. In the meantime, sorry that we lost Linda through that all. But I hope you got the gist of it. If you're into deep thinking and have gone through therapies before and are into how the mind works, et cetera, she is interested in doing a deep dive with all of you. And so she's going to accept 10 folks for a small group work, 4 sessions starting in January, 2 hours sessions that'll happen, I think in 4 consecutive weeks is what it sounds like. So anyway, it is brushwithlifehypnosis.com. That's her contact info. Hopefully, I got to catch up with hellos for everybody. And then hopefully Annette doesn't have problems tonight with her Wi-Fi. So if that was a harbinger for what's to come, we're in trouble tonight because I'll be doing a lot of talking on my own. So anyway, there is that. I do want to thank everyone who took part in the live chat last night. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of laughs. And if you missed the kicker at the end, Yoon showed up exactly 10 seconds after everybody said goodnight. So what happens is when I stop the show, I usually duck out of my chair and I let the screen sit for a while because when you stop a recording on Zoom, YouTube for some reason kicks back like 10 seconds before. So you never actually hear the goodbyes. So I say the goodbye, I disappear, I let the screen linger. So people who end up following, watching the video later on in the night can actually see and hear the goodbye. Well, what happens is then I end the video. Well, the live chat is still going on for another 30 seconds or so. And that's when I usually type to everyone, hey, good night, thanks for being a part of it. And it lingers for a little bit. And wouldn't you know it, as soon as everyone says good night to each other, Yoon popped in. So it's early tonight. What is it? Yeah, it's only 6:30. So we're a long ways away from Yoon o'clock. You will notice this clock behind me is actually set for just before Yoon o'clock. Who knows? The signs are everywhere, folks. So we'll see what happens there. But we did get a bunch of great questions last night. And I've got those right here in front of me. Annette does have the link. Fingers crossed. She said, my Wi-Fi is quirky today. Hopefully we'll clear up. I said, fingers crossed. And she said, we shall see, ... So anyway. Oh, yeah, you got it, Christine. Yeah, so Christine, you can hit me up or whenever, or I can always send you more information. Linda is much more, if we weren't doing this evening time, Linda and I would have been side by side to do a show. So I'll work on that sooner than later. My schedule should lighten up now after, well, really from here on out for the rest of this year and the first couple of weeks of January. So anyway, we shall see. Christian, Corey, this could end up being a Bridge Buddy roulette night if Annette cuts it. Yeah, if the link will work for you, I'm sure. So I'll be up for that. Oh, hold on, folks. Drum roll, please. Ladies and gentlemen, the psychic, Annette Dion. Oh, it's an iPad night. Audio's connected. That's good.
Wait, hey! What's up?
Did you surprise yourself?
Yeah, I've had a bad Wi-Fi day, but talk to the folks. I'll be right with you.
Okay, you figure it out. So all right, so
Okay,
far so
Turn it
good.
out.
So far so good with Annette. I don't know what she's getting set up for, but anyway, we'll let her do that. If the Wi-Fi goes out, I think my connection seems pretty solid tonight. So there's that. If Annette craps out, we'll deal with it. I'll stick on in the meantime, and then maybe we can have a guest or two tonight pop into the show. So we'll see how that works out. But yeah, the idea is eventually, I think maybe next week, Christian Montone, one of our wrenchmen, will come on and do a show with me, and we'll just hang out and answer questions from folks and have some fun. So holy sh!
I just had a change.
Where the hell did you get that?
I just wanted to get into something more festive. We're kind of like thing one.
Now we're like brother and sister. Now like the weird family.
Thing two. What do you think? Honestly, you want the truth?
Yeah.
I have had this since last December.
Really?
One of our fans, I don't even remember who it was. I apologize if you're watching. Said I found the sweater. No idea where he found it. Is it too much?
Of course it is.
Should I change?
Look at my background. It's ridiculous. I'm being suffocated by Christmas back there.
I know it's going to be confusing and people are going to get us mixed up.
Can you imagine if we were side by side tonight? How
We are.
we would have broke the internet.
We are. And it lights up, but it's not lighting up right now.
Man, now this just looks like we're part of a big pajama
the
party.
fire lights up. I don't know if you can see it. Does your fire in your belly?
Oh, wait, hold on. There's all kinds of stuff in my belly tonight. I've been hanging out with
You
Bubba
can't
too
really
much.
tell.
Yeah, my sparks are gone, Annette.
Well, I don't know what makes it blink, but it was blinking.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's usually blinking when I'm not looking.
Well, I suppose we should thank the person who sent you that sweater.
It was a while ago.
Yeah, because I've had this for years, clearly.
Maybe they can pipe in.
Yeah, if anyone wants to own up to this, just let us know.
If they're here.
Oh, well, that's too good. We can never hang out like.
It's gonna be really distracting, but I'm nice and warm.
I know, aren't they toasty?
Yes.
Oh man,
because the heat really cranks here.
jeez,
What do people think of the sweaters?
they're all laughing.
My wreath is a little higher than yours.
Yeah, that is kind of strange, huh?
Yeah, maybe it's a defect.
Yeah, maybe I'm just because I'm older, my wreath just starts to droop.
Maybe. Mine looks kind of like a bow tie.
Yeah, that's awful. These are awful sweaters.
That's why I asked you last week what you were wearing. And then you were wearing a different one.
Yeah, I have I have two. I have that Follow Lala Llama, and I have this, and they're
Yeah.
horrible. And the llama one barely fits me. That's old. I don't even know whose that is, but I wear it every year. You know.
Yeah, last week it was the llama.
Yeah, and so the Meredith was so sick of looking at these, she just went out and bought anything that kind of looked like a Christmas sweater, and it was. I mean, it's actually a pretty decent sweater. It wasn't a goofy one.
It's quite comfortable and it fits me perfectly.
Yeah, yeah, they're good.
The first time I put it on, I had it at the ready.
Oh man. Whew. Oh yeah. So wait, people want to poll to see who wears the sweater better. All right, so we'll do it.
The girl usually wins that kind of thing. So
How have you been, Annette? All right.
yeah, good. I have a lot going on. I haven't been very busy with clients. So if you need a reading, it's time to get a reading. It's a good time to get a reading. It's always a good time to get a reading. But the end of the year is kind of a recap of what happened. And, you know, we sort of tweak things to make sure you're on your path, whatever that might be. I have a lot of classes coming up every single Saturday in January about the law of attraction and manifesting the life that you most, fervently desire. So that's all on my website.
It is getting kind of hard to look at you, Annette.
I know I can change.
No, you can't. It's too good.
So join me for January, setting your goals, and join me on Saturday, psychicannetteDion.com, because we're having a winter solstice event. Complete with storytelling, making a Yule log, and you can sing if you want, and just all kinds of good stuff, live music, and I'm talking about the traditions from around the world and doing some magic spells. Is it hard to take me seriously like this? I'll do my best. Okay.
It is kind of funny.
Yeah, so whoever's this, it was a guy, and I don't remember where he lived, but he sent this, and it was a whole year ago. So
yeah, I'm worried. Who created this line? How many of these are actually out there?
I don't even know where he found it.
There's some stray sweaters out there, folks. You need to find them homes.
Is there? There is a tag.
Yeah, I just didn't know if it was like someone ran up to Marshall's and got these, or if it was a Yankee swap gift or what.
Let me check.
Your tags are still on it?
I got it in like the end of December, so Christmas was over. From Santa, motion censored light up sweater. If lights stop flashing, just rotate the lights until they start again.
I never had lights.
Yes, you did. I thought you said you had lights.
No. I can't find anything. There's nothing.
Oh, don't you have one that lights up?
My llama one had lights, and that lasted for 8 seconds, and then they died out.
It doesn't say the company. It just says Cayenne. Maybe that's the name of the company.
Cayenne, like the hot dogs?
Like the Cayenne, like the spice.
Bob, what are you doing? This dog's going nuts tonight. Will you go?
He's always going nuts.
Not yet.
Did you have supper?
Yeah. Well, I didn't have dinner. The dog did.
What'd you guys eat?
The dog ate dog food.
The dog doesn't always eat dog food.
No, not if you bring something over.
I think Bubba usually eats people food. From what I've seen.
We had a carrot in front of everyone last night. But yeah, a lot of carrots and potatoes lately.
Right. And how did last night go?
It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of laughs. Yeah, it was good. Got a bunch of good questions. Yeah. Did I tell you what happened with Yoon last night?
No, I haven't talked to you since last week.
Okay. Right? So what normally happens, Annette, when I do, especially the question show on Tuesday nights, right? We do the show. we say we're going to wait until Yoon shows up and then we're going to stop the show, right? So I was here for about an hour and a half last night. We're all talking about it. Like it's the elephant in the room. When's Yoon showing up? When's she going? She never shows up. So we say, okay, well, I got to run. Good night, everybody. And I showed the screensaver. Let me show you this.
Was she there the whole time? Was she a lurker?
She wasn't there the whole time.
She wasn't?
Can you see this though? This is how the show ends last night.
Hope's too late?
Yeah, well, it was probably oops that was auto-corrected.
When was it? Anna Lee was still
It
there.
was less than 10 seconds after we said goodnight and logged off because the live chat lasts for like another couple of seconds.
She must have been sleeping in.
And there she was right there. Isn't that crazy?
Did you say anything to her?
Yeah, I was right in there. She goes, oops, too late. I said, Yoon, are you kidding me? Yeah. And then Anna Lee was still around. Yeah, it was nuts. So that's how last night ended. But it was a good one. We had a lot of laughs.
I feel more connected to you with the shirt.
Is it? Yeah, is that good or bad?
We're in the same. Well, we'll see. See how the shirt is.
Weird energy. Oh man. Okay,
Well,
lots of fun.
We gotta have some weird zaniness going on. The news is just so intense.
Well, what do you want to get into, Annette? Because we're over 200 plus people already. It's a lot of the chat is lively tonight.
Already?
Oh, Tony Stokes. Hey, Tony. Good to see you. Corey, you need to set up a Christmas background for Annette for the next show. Then you look like you're in the same room. That's not a bad idea either.
No, I can maybe go get my little tree in the other room.
Or I can mimic your office in my background somehow and really mess with people.
No, that would be really
What if I mimicked your background? I put on some glasses and maybe a little wig. It just came on like, yeah, like, all right, give me your stimulus questions.
Yeah, you have cards, that might work.
Yeah.
We shall see. So do you have a lot of questions?
Oh, Sharon Bombs is in tonight too. Good to see you, Sharon. I was looking for you last night.
Yeah,
missing you.
Been?
Yeah, hope everyone's okay out there.
Making the Wisconsin cheese.
I know. I'm still working on that honey, by the way. It's awesome. Wisconsin honey.
It lasted you that long. That's like from the
really
summer.
good. Yeah.
What do you have, an eighth of a teaspoon every day?
It's if I have tea, I just dip the spoon in, and I don't like a whole lot of tea though.
It wasn't a big jar.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I know you go through honey like crazy, but
I do. It was a humongous.
I like drizzling honey on like a corn muffin or something like that.
Oh, that sounds delish.
Mm-hmm.
I put it in my tea and my coffee.
Wilk Zook is in the house. That means we're due for a crazy question tonight.
We've got some deep questions coming. I already know some of the questions.
Well, of course you do. That's your job.
Psychically.
Do you want to lead us off with a community card, or do you want to start off with a moon?
Sure.
card?
I haven't decided what cards to use tonight. Let's see.
Now, what folks don't know is Annette and I also have matching bottoms, but we won't show that yet.
Do they have bricks on them? I just have a sweater.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm looking for the deck that the pendulum wants us to use. We have the Llewellyn Tarot, which is very pretty cards.
Mm-hmm.
We have the black and gold that you really like and I really like. And then we have the Tarot of the Divine, or we could use the one that you are able to read. The Rider-Waite.
The Rider. That's an easy one. Yep.
Seems like Tarot of the Divine wants to be the one. Huh, interesting. Okay, so it's between these two. So we can switch back and forth.
Okay. By the way, Annette, we did it. We put a poll in there to see who wears the sweater better. It's virtually even.
You had it first.
Oh, yeah. The people are probably tired of looking at this on me.
You had it first.
I went to the Azorian today to do a video and I had this sweater on and the owner gave me crap for it. He's like, will you get another sweater?
I should go with you.
I know.
Let's go there for lunch this week.
If we go out in public like
I'll just be like, la-di-da, what sweaters?
Yeah.
What are you guys talking about? They're different. My wreath is higher.
Yeah.
Start with these. Let's see. We have the moon is in Today is Wednesday. The moon just went into Virgo this morning. Virgo is very much about details, and if you found yourself to be critical today of yourself or others, picky, that's a Virgo. Those are Virgo. Those are the negative traits of Virgo. The positive are tending to, your house and tidying up, and Virgo's like grounded and Earth Mother energy. So it's a good day to feel, like, okay, practical, getting things done for the next like 2 days. That's Virgo. But let's take a look at a community card. We're reading the general vibe of the room. Zany. Oh, this one just flipped right over. The Death card. These cards I'm still not familiar with. I haven't used them that much. So we have the Death card for the collective card. Be ready for big changes and big shifts. The Six of Swords, journey away from difficulty. So we're going to see, it's interesting, the next few days into next week, I just see that we're coming to the end of the year, obviously. We're coming to some endings in terms of the way things have been done. So we'll get more into that. The Six of Swords does make me feel the January 6th committee, and the January 6th report is coming out on Wednesday, I think, in a week. And I had mentioned that I saw in my mind's eye, I saw an additional hearing, January 6th hearing. And I think I was picking up on there's some kind of I have to read it. I have to read the news, but there's some kind of a final recommendations for people to be subpoenaed or indicted, criminal suggestions, or somebody in the chat will give you the right words. Criminal referrals. On Monday, we're going to hear about that. So the Death card is indicative of the end of that whole investigation, and now the whole thing shifts into a new phase, which is taken up by the DOJ. And I just feel like a lot of things in America are really getting ready to change in big ways, and we can go more into that with the questions, because I'm sure there's lots of questions referencing what that's really about, where that could be the answer,
Okay.
So there's that.
Okay. Well, that actually leads into our first question. Was from yeah, it does. Literally, our first question was from Eileen.
Because we're synced up.
Annette, will there be any shocks from the Jan 6 meeting next Monday?
Well, I know you got that question yesterday, but there already have been. So maybe she's asking, will there be more? Absolutely. I've always said that. I did a video on Monday in which I saw the amount of news that's going to be coming out about the criminality of the Republican Party is going to be like a deluge of information, like a deluge. Like I used the analogy of, did you see that video of the surfer, the Brazilian surfer who set the world's record for the highest?
No, I didn't.
Biggest weight. I will send it to you.
Awesome, huh?
It's incredible. I should send it to you right now while I'm thinking of it.
Was he wearing this?
No, he actually,
Well.
I don't even know where the wave was, but it was really amazing. I showed it to I just showed people where to find it.
Isn't there that some crazy spot off of Hawaii somewhere
I'm
where the
thinking
break is ridiculous?
I'm thinking that it must be Hawaii. Yeah, so I sent it to somebody. Do you ever have these people that you text back and forth like you should just have a conversation? So it's way up in the text. So that's what it's going to feel like. Yeah, I can't find it, but if you look up Brazilian surfer world record, you'll see it.
Very cool. I'll look for that.
And that's what it's going to feel like. It's going to feel like this wave of information. And I've always said, you've heard me say it, when we find out everything that happened leading up to January 6th and on January 6th, it's going to make your hair curl. Remember? I would always say that. And if your hair is straight, it'll make it curly. My hair is going to get curly next week. It's mind boggling. I'm starting to call the Republican Party the Republican Nationalist Party. Nationalist extremist party. I'm not going so far as to say the terrorist party, but they kind of move in that direction. It's bad. Very bad. Next question.
Next question comes from a new viewer, Annette, named Hungarian Aquarian.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, well, maybe you're just new to my chat then.
Okay, what's the little bell?
Oh, thank you. Hungarian Aquarian says, hi, Corey. Does Annette see universal health care for the U.S. in the next decade?
The next 5 years.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's not going to be, good Lord. I mean, we're lucky if we're going to be here for another decade. We might as well get health care. I'm not predicting the end of the world. I'm just saying. We've been lucky. Yeah. Well, what's going to happen is people are going to be so fed up with, government people in positions of leadership who took an oath to, help their constituents. People are going to they'll have had it with them doing the opposite. Have you heard what Ron DeSantis is doing?
No, what's up?
The latest.
Mm-mm.
He's setting up some kind of grand jury to investigate all the doctors and people who administered the COVID vaccine and Dr. Fauci, and he wants him to go before a grand jury for an investigation for being public health servants. I don't know. It's a crime now. So people will have had enough within a couple of years. I mean, a lot of us have had enough, but universal health care, we're going to have to go through this time of not much getting done. I don't think it's going to be a long time. And then, it's like when you have been lacking in something for so long, like healthcare, it's like enough already. It just reaches a tipping point within 5 years. So it's like 20, I see like by 2020, within 5 years. I don't think it's that far out.
We'll just be getting over COVID. And
I think it's going to be more like 2 to 3 years. Yeah, we won't be over COVID till get another year to go. And I see it going up and up and up. I see it kind of peaking again. Just keep breathing all those barroom.
Oh, you got to smell the wreath. Oh, it's fresh.
The wreath, does it have a smell? Oh, wow. It smells like a new sweater.
Okay, Hungarian Aquarian, thanks for the question. Hope that helps you out somehow. Here's one. There was a cool development this past week on nuclear fusion. Did you see this?
I just finally watched that this morning. Yeah, it's pretty.
Jessica Frank asked, Annette, what will be the future developments from the nuclear fusion announcement today? Will we have nuclear fusion in the foreseeable future?
Well, the big oil is not going to let it happen.
No, there's no surprise there, right?
Do you remember years ago there was we may have talked about it, there was a movie called Who Killed the Electric Car?
Oh yeah, Who Killed the
Before
Electric
Tesla. Yeah, before the Tesla car.
Yeah, was that General Motors had created was that GM?
I don't remember because the movie's so old.
Yeah.
I feel like that the big oil is already decided how they're going to shut it down. It is one of the solutions, the other to global climate change and carbon emissions. It is one of the solutions I see. These solutions to the climate crisis are this nuclear fusion, which doesn't produce nuclear waste, which is amazing. I'm always just really completely befuddled that we have nuclear power plants because it's so dangerous to have that radioactive waste. It's the half-life is like millions upon millions of years, and it causes cancer. You wonder why so many people are, It's incredible. So the nuclear fusion is one of the will become a viable option. And geothermal will become a viable option. Wave, what do you call it? I don't know what you call it. The waves, speaking of waves, thinking of waves tonight. Like some of you, is Warren in the chat?
Yeah, Warren's in the chat somewhere.
Power, hydro power, air, wind. There's so many options. And honestly, the other night with, watching the TV, because when I see my folks, the TV's always on, because that's what older people do. So the TV's on, and I cannot believe that I'm seeing Chevron pretending that they're green. Chevron has a commercial where they're like, oh yes, acting like they're green. Oh, that fire is going right through you. Did you see that?
No.
When you drank your tea, it looked like you were translucent and you were on fire.
Oh, really?
I don't know how you did that. So, yeah, your picture.
The microphone plays tricks with where that's placed compared to everything else. Yeah, it's odd.
So there's a Chevron commercial, and then the next commercial is a big ass truck. Big, like a bus. So, yeah. I mean, the
like
idiocy of burning fossil fuels in the face of we have about 7 years. And I promise I won't go on a tangent. But there's a certain area that I've talked about here before in Gloucester, Atlantic Road. Now you completely disappeared, and it just looks like you're the fireplace.
Really?
Yeah. You'll see it later. It's pretty cool. Corey's been incinerated.
Spontaneous combustion.
Anyway,
by the way, fourth deconstruction says wave generating energy.
Yeah, I think it's called hydro something.
Yeah.
That was easy. That was the easy way to say it.
Yeah.
Wave generating energy. Wait, who said that? They got a bell.
We're waving to you. Fourth deconstruction.
Did you do that when you were in school on the test? So there's a road that borders the ocean, and growing up here, it used to be that it was kind of a cliff. You know which road I'm talking about. There's kind of a cliff down to the ocean, so there was sort of like the safe zone. But now the waves are like level to the road, and it looks like a beach. So there's all these new homes being built, and the waves are coming right up to the road, like they're going to be the houses are going to be in the path of the waves, as if the houses are on a beach, and the waves will just be coming up and lapping at their porch steps soon. That's my psychic prediction, but it's scientific too.
It is. And again, that term is wave generating energy.
Who said that?
Fourth deconstruction.
That's their handle?
Yep.
Fourth, like the number 4?
Spelled out.
Fourth deconstruction.
Yep.
Sounds a little ominous.
All flavors, shapes, and sizes, folks.
What about the first 3?
Yeah. What happened to the fifth deconstruction?
We don't know yet.
Well, who was that? That was a Jessica Frank question. Thank you for that, Jessica. Next question comes from Giselle 222. Giselle's always with us. And Giselle asks, Annette, why is Elon Musk now trashing Dr. Fauci? What's in it for him?
There's a segment of the population that is really mired in, this is the way I read it. They have such discomfort within their own beings, and they cannot handle it. So they're projecting it onto people that are highly revered and respected. And it's like they can't handle their own ugliness inside. So they have to spew it out. It's the same thing that, like, I guess the only thing I can really compare it to is like when people, they go to watch horror films with the most grotesque murder scenes and all that. I don't know if you know anybody that I could never do that.
Like
But I
what?
mean, there are a lot. If I'm going to scroll Hulu or something looking for something to watch, I have to bypass all these gory, grotesque, murder this and murder that, murder this and murder that, before I can come up with something that I end up with a cartoon or something like Sabrina the Good Witch. But anyway, it's like this need to feel powerful. Just like people that can watch that stuff are my perception is they're just somehow their feelings got numbed out along the way and they just need to feel. So this is to elicit, like they actually get a rush out of eliciting something that's going to be really it's really going to get a lot of attention. Doesn't matter what kind of attention. This is why, teenagers, for example, need positive attention, or they need some attention. And if they don't get the attention they need, it doesn't matter. They'll go for the negative attention, but it's really for that. So he's doing it for effect. He's completely self-destructing. I don't see that he's acting alone. I see him the other night, entertainment purposes only. I was reading on it and I saw that he was in cahoots with our enemies, some of our enemy countries. And the objective was to tear our democracy down. Nice, huh? What a nice man.
Happy holidays, everybody.
That Elon. I'm telling you, a man of the year. I was talking to about, remember last year how I just went on this rant about that he was on the cover of Time. That's before any of this happened. I think you had to shut me up at one point.
It doesn't sound like me.
Your ways that the views on this channel, when you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do one of those. I was just like, I cannot believe he's on the cover of Time. And the only thing that would shut me up was people just said, well, it doesn't mean that it's when someone's on the cover of Time that they did great things. And I always thought it meant that they did great things.
No, Hitler was man of the year one year.
And then you told me that. Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I didn't
I remember.
know that. I have to look that up.
Yeah. Well, just a Titanic newsmaker.
Like 1940 edition or something?
I think it was earlier than that. It might have been early. It might have been like 37 or 30, somewhere in there. Someone can look that up for us. Yeah, when was Hitler time?
I want to know when that showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was when, people thought, I still know people that think Elon Musk is like, oh, he's really the great guy. And the thing is, he's not the scientist that invented the car. I don't know where we got that idea. He's a multi-billionaire. And today in the news it said he's no longer the richest man in the world.
Who is it? Is it that Sultan?
Some guy who's in the business of cosmetics.
Oh, really?
They'll tell you in the chat.
Yeah. They tell us everything in there.
Yeah. This is where we go to get our information.
This is true. So, folks, it is the top of the hour now, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here, where Annette and I are over Gloucester, Massachusetts.
That's Annette, and I'm Corey. I know, it's easy to get us confused.
You are watching The Psychic and the Sidekick. She is our resident psychic. That's Annette Dion. She has her own channel, by the way, that you should be following.
Yes, I do.
And I'm Corey from Bridge Cape Ann. And each Wednesday night, we get together and answer your questions in real time.
For how long have we been doing this?
A long time. This format, a little more than a year.
Yeah, because I guess we started doing this in
maybe last September. We did a show or two, and then things picked up.
Yeah, in 2020 we started. Right? We started this on Facebook in February of 2020.
Well, but was it earlier than that? Because that was when we were at Gombadi's. We're at a diner doing that together. But before, weren't we just doing things live on Facebook?
Yeah, we did a few on Facebook.
Yeah, that was a while back.
Not too many before we went, live.
Yeah. Well, and now look at us. We have an amazing community here. The live chat's going nuts tonight. We need to thank Annalie Finch and Christian Montone for holding the wrenches tonight. We do want to say, we do have another moderator. Justin's mom, who was going through a family tragedy. And so we're sending love and light her way as well. If she's, yeah, she's on a little bit of a break from the show, but we miss you, Justin's mom, and we're looking forward to getting you back here healthy and happy. So there is that. And we want to thank everyone joining us tonight. We appreciate all the eyes and ears. And Annette and I, we put a lot into this. We're going to be here with you for hours, and we try to do this as often as we can every Wednesday for you.
At least 5 hours.
Yeah, and the sweaters are no coincidence apparently. And that
well, you
had
need
this.
to take a screenshot.
I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why while you were talking, I actually moved us side by side to take a screenshot to see.
I feel like we need Santa to show up.
Yeah.
You know, we could be like the little kids with the matching sweaters.
Man, I wonder if we're just gonna start noticing more of these sweaters out there. Maybe in that we should take this and we should market this for next holiday season.
Well, maybe you could check the tag on the back. I'm not sure who made them. I should have looked before.
I'll check it out at some point. So weird. So anyway, so if you're new to the channel, thanks for the thumbs and the subs, and get your toes wet in the live chat there, because everybody in this community is awesome. So it's been a great year for me and Annette, and we're looking forward to many more with you. So there is that.
More, and come to my solstice celebration weekend on Saturday. PsychicAnnetteDion.com.
Yeah,
that's where you register.
Now, Annette, what's a great way to start the top of the hour is how about a question from Old Guy?
What's Old Guy got to say tonight?
Old Guy says, Annette, is our moon an actual moon or an alien construction?
I thought he was going to say, or is it Swiss cheese?
I know.
It's an actual moon. Is he serious?
He asked last night. And Old Guy, oh, there he is too. I didn't even know he was in there.
Ask him if he's serious.
He said you need elf ears with those sweaters. So Old Guy, was your question serious about this actual moon or alien construction? Inquiring minds want to know.
I need a Santa hat.
I have one, if you have one.
I don't have one.
I have one on my little tree. It's the star for the tree behind me.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's right.
Not this tree. There's actually another one
No,
behind.
I saw it last time. Right, that's a fake tree. That's a fake tree.
Yeah, everything about
double fake tree.
Yeah, that's in another dimension, folks.
And these folks are actual sweaters. They're not like superimposed.
Yeah, these aren't filters.
The internet, right? Not like Corey's fake background.
Unbelievable. So, okay, next question. All right, Old Guy, we'll let you Old Guy, he likes to get Annette fired up. So okay, so maybe he was
for real. That's what we want to know. Are you for real?
It sounds like he was joking. So.
Yeah, it's not made of cheese.
Annette, our next question comes from Lori Hill, who says, "Hi, Annette. What is your take on the senatorial election in 2024? Do you think Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema get reelected? Love your shows together."
Sinema's done. Manchin, I think, is going to join the Republican Party. I think he's hinted at that recently. He might as well. He acts like a Republican. Sinema is speaking of people that need attention. She's a weird girl. There are some people that are in seats they should not be occupying.
Oh, politics attracts
leadership. It's bad, in positions of leadership that are just, I'm sorry, they're psycho. I mentioned Ron DeSantis earlier. I mean, I was reading his energy past couple of days. When I see clips, I'm like, there's something wrong with his brain. There's a lot of that. Is Joe Manchin going to run for office again? I get no. So even though I say he's going to switch to being a Republican, it doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to run. I think it's just saying that he considers himself a Republican. Yeah, the pendulum's in agreement on that. He does. Sinema's done. I think Sinema's made too many people too mad. And especially in Arizona, and they will not vote for her again. They won't.
All right. Thanks for the question, Larry. We appreciate it. Here one now is Ice Sphere has a question. Annette, Ice Sphere is with us tonight. Hello, Ice Sphere. Annette, any chance of the United Nations being repaired?
You know what's happening is we've just passed 8 billion people on planet Earth. Have somebody Google what was the world population in, say, the 1970s?
Okay. 8 billion people, only 2 of these sweaters. Amazing. It's amazing when you think about it.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
There might be a couple in Africa somewhere. Yeah. You know, the parts of Africa that get a little cold.
Yeah.
Will the UN be? I kind of feel like it's going to take a while, but this is what's going on from just a broad perspective, is that we, as a human species, as a human civilization, we don't know how to handle this many people. It's just too many people. And I'm not saying we should just, knock ourselves off, but I'm just saying it's gotten out of control. And a while back, it might have been last year, I mentioned that I see communities. I see, the world kind of breaking up into like communities, like little villages at some point, where it's because we can't manage, like this country, we can't really manage the way that we've done it in the past, because it's just too many people, too many things going on. So the UN I feel like will hit its stride again once some major issues are cleared up. And I mean, like, once there are issues that come up that are truly universal, like global climate change, for one issue, and losing the world's topsoil, world hunger. The UN will come back together more cohesively, will get stronger as the problems get stronger. Kind of like Putin's war in Ukraine. The crisis created a more bonded, more unified NATO, right? And added countries.
Yeah, Sweden and Finland, that was a game changer.
So the UN will go the way of NATO, in the sense that the challenges and the turmoil and the disruption, kind of violent, is what's going to bring it back together.
For what it's worth, and Connie B says 3.6 billion people in the 1970s.
Okay, so from the 1970s to now,
we've doubled, more than doubled.
It's just too many people to really be able to manage. And I really do feel like there's going to be a breakdown. We're already seeing it. There's a breakdown of governments. I mean, in Brazil right now, and in Peru right now, have you seen what's going on there?
Mm.
It's chaos. Bolsonaro wants to stay in. They're having the attempted coups. They're following. I hate to say it, but they are. If you've ever traveled, you see that in many other countries, not that we deserve it, but they look to America. Like years ago, I went to Europe. The first time I went to Europe was when I recognized that in Europe, they look to America for music. This was a long time ago. So like we were where things got the kind of, I don't know, things kind of hit their stride. If they, like the Beatles came to America, right? And then they exploded. So I don't feel like the governments can really remain cohesive, because, well, first of all, these countries saw what happened in America and they're following suit. So chaos is erupting, and it kind of started here. They're doing the same thing. They have their flags for Bolsonaro, for Brazil, and it's crazy. Anyway, that's my really long roundabout way of saying that it's going to be we have to go with the shift of governments and figure out other ways. And I really do feel like the answer is small communities.
Mm.
Because we can manage smaller communities. Like here we are on basically an island, right? We don't know how long we're going to be here because of global climate change. Let's just be real. Seriously, I'm not even joking. So here we are, an island, and you know, we have a unique thing going on where we live because, like we've talked about before, there aren't many franchises here, and most of the businesses, like on Main Street, like we know people, we know them, we know their families.
Yeah, the mom and pops.
Yeah, and that actually strengthens a community. So we're going to see more communities like that govern themselves in a certain way that really does work. You know, part states, some of the southern states want to secede from the union. They might. They just might. I mean, like Florida right now might as well be a foreign country. The way Ron DeSantis is making himself president of Florida.
I've heard some horror stories from friends in Florida the last few
Oh
weeks.
my, you can't even believe it. And this new wave of COVID that's coming, that won't be like Omicron and Delta. It won't. My psychic impression is that was the worst. But COVID is going to be a problem. And here's Ron DeSantis. I mean, he's aptly named Ron DeSantis. He looks terrible. I don't know if you've seen any video of him lately, but he looks like he's lost his mind and off his rocker. But I don't know what you've heard about how it is in Florida right now, but he's installed like Proud Boys and Oath Keepers in positions of power. What have you heard?
It's just disaster. I mean, they won't rebuild for ages down there. The
No, and
entire marinas, bars, restaurants, scenes, small businesses just completely wiped off the map.
Well, you heard me say, because we've talked about it here before, I feel like he put Florida into a news blackout. He's not letting the media come in and cover what's really going on there. So that's what I mean. He's turned it into his own country. And I told people 2 years ago, started telling people, do not move to Florida. Remember that was a thing for many, many years. We're moving to Florida. We're moving from, especially in the Northeast, moving to Florida. We got a place in Florida. We're leaving. We're snowbirds. We're not going to see that happening so much anymore.
Yeah. We're snowbirding in Virginia.
Yeah, you know, well, with global climate change, it's going to be warmer, like further north.
Mm.
So you could go to like, I don't know, Cape Cod.
Arkansas, yeah. Pretty part of the country. Do we have any viewers from Arkansas? Arkansas doesn't get a whole lot of love here. Ready?
Yeah, Arkansas doesn't.
We don't have a lot of people from the deep south following us yet.
Is that what Bill Clinton is from? Arkansas?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Jimmy Carter's from Georgia.
Yep.
Times change. No, well, I don't know why I'm going to have to call my friends in Tennessee if I have any left.
Well, I think we have, Virginia, Tennessee. We have a lot of people, like Annalise from Virginia.
Right.
We have folks there. We don't have a whole lot of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama.
No, you know why? Because I speak Democratic.
Well, there's that.
And let me just say on that point, the numbers are out, and the states that didn't have COVID restrictions are it's markedly different. Come on, Corey, don't worry about it. I'm telling you factual information.
I'm just teasing.
This is factual. The numbers are in. The red states had way more, really markedly more COVID deaths. It's documented. The numbers are in. So it's not about being a Republican or a Democrat. It's about being a sensible human. And understanding the science of science. It's not like they're not trying to convince anybody of anything. A scientist just like does the research and does all that and goes here. That's all scientists do. I mean, not minimalizing it. They need to be highly intelligent and educated, but that's really all a scientist does is collects the data and goes here. And they're trying to I told you, Dr. Fauci, he's going to move. I think he's going to move out of this country.
Whoa.
We talked about that.
Move back to Italy, right?
Amalfi. Remember I said Amalfi, and I'm like, I have no idea where that
Yeah,
is. I
that's a little island right off the west coast, I think.
I'll have to go get my map, my globe.
All right.
All right, that was a rant.
Jeez, that was Ice Fear's question from 15 minutes ago. Oh, by the way, Sarah with an H is in the chat. She's from Knoxville, Tennessee,
Hey, Knoxville.
via Tampa. So how you doing, folks?
Yeah, Tampa.
Yeah, our version of the Deep South, I think, is Australia. We have a lot of Aussie followers, which is great.
That's different. So she's in Knoxville via
Tampa.
Alabama.
She was
Tampa.
born in Tampa and lives in Knoxville now.
Good that she moved.
Roxy is with us in the chat tonight, Annette.
Oh, good.
And she asked, Annette, do you have a sense that more good souls will be born into the world in the coming years? Will good outweigh evil? More good people entering the world?
Everybody's born good.
Yeah, really? Is that true?
Well, no, I mean, everybody has a potential to be good.
Mm.
Some people come in with such strong soul blueprints, imprints from other lifetimes where they were horrible. We do come in with that stuff, I just the younger generations are wonderful human beings. Like the 18 to 25, that age group, really, we've talked about this at length. Very non-judgmental, live and let live, do your own thing, but let's solve our world problems so that we have a planet. The younger generations they're very evolved. I mean, the question is kind of and that inherent in that question, it sounds like the person thinks that people are born evil.
I
They're
don't
not.
know. I think she just wants promise. So promising news.
The problem doesn't happen at birth.
Hmm.
Do you know any children that are born racist?
No.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point.
But have you ever been around
Yeah.
small children, like toddlers, where it's like they feel like they have that touch of evil in them, like that?
That's what I'm saying. They come
That
in
kid's going to be in jail.
Yeah,
someday.
well, they come in they come in with an impression, with an imprint from a past lifetime, and they're acting something out from a past lifetime, and they're supposed to do better. But people aren't born. I mean, I think I'm having a problem with that question, because it's almost like thinking that we're at the mercy of these, like, what's the Omen? What was Damien? Wasn't that movie?
Mm-hmm.
That's Stephen King.
Stephen King was the Omen, right? I'm not positive.
I think it was Stephen King. I mean, it has
It is Damien.
his stamp on it. Yeah, but it's not like that's how they're all. We don't come in like that.
No. And by the way, Tina Perucci says Amalfi Coast is in Italy, and it's amongst the most beautiful places in the world. So, hey, Tina Perucci, Gifai.
Let's ask. Hey, Gumba.
Hey.
Is Dr. Fauci going to the Amalfi? I just keep getting that's where he's going. I should write to him, say, no, he doesn't want to tell me where he's going. I think he's going undercover.
Really?
Some of these people that are being targeted, it's actually not, for many of them that are being targeted with death threats, and there are so many, if it was just them, they would stand strong, and they would be brave and courageous like soldiers, and just not let it get to them. And in the sense that they wouldn't change their lives, they'd just be really vigilant. But what's happening is their families are being threatened. And when it comes to their families being threatened, they will do anything to keep their families safe.
Yeah. The Omen was not Stephen King.
Oh, it's so Stephen King-like.
David Seltzer.
Salem's Lot is
Thanks for that. Who was that? That was Kat. Kat, thanks for that.
he could have written the Omen. Anyway, back to that question, because I didn't quite finish answering it.
Yep.
And the reason I didn't quite answer it was because I don't come from the assumption that people come in and they're evil. People mostly come in and are taught through their experiences, through the trauma that surrounds them, the chaos, the turmoil, the people modeling terrible behavior.
Yeah, I think the underlying feeling there in that is people just want a sense of hope. They always want a sense of hope that things are going to get better somehow.
How did people get hope during World War I? How did people get the hope during the Spanish flu pandemic? How did people get hope during World War II? I tell people all the time, my Church of Spirituality, we read from Ernest Holmes, who lived in the 30s, just major spiritual epiphany kind of stuff that came out of those time periods. We have to really understand that human nature, human civilization has always had to deal with evil. I mean, this isn't new. Where are you going? Don't leave. Is there a dog there? We can't hear you.
I'm back. I didn't want you to hear the station. I needed to stand up for a bit.
Yeah, what station?
I have a standing station on my desk. My desk can actually prop up so I can sit or stand.
Are you sitting or standing right now?
I'm standing now. I just propped it up. So I muted my audio just so you didn't have to hear me crank the desk up.
Wow, we don't know what's going on there. And you have a dog behind you, or
No, Bub's not. He's not in here right now. He's with the
Oh,
good
okay.
doctor.
we don't know what's going on.
Well, I can't sit for 3 hours straight. You missed it. We started the show. I had Linda Sabo on earlier at like 6 o'clock. And her Wi-Fi was horrible. She got cut off like 3 or 4 times. So I
It's
just
a bad Wi-Fi day. I had lots of challenges with Wi-Fi, and then I just did a magic spell. It went bling, and now it's working.
it worked. Yeah, so far so good tonight.
I kept rebooting it.
Hmm.
But there must be a lot of solar flares or something, because it seemed like it was not just. I mean, because it was on FaceTime too was a problem.
We always seem to have more problems here when it's very windy, more than anything else.
It was windy. Today was really windy
Yep.
and
All right,
frigid.
Annette, you ready for another one?
Yep.
Hattie D would like to know, what about the children in cages? Remember them? What's the government doing to further find their parents and get them home?
I told you that I have a song called Rise Up, and that's what it starts with.
Mm.
I can't shake the vision of the children in those cages, afraid and separated from the ones who kept them safe. That must be on my channel somewhere, my YouTube channel, that song. The question is, what's going to happen to them?
Yeah, what about them? What's the government doing to further find their parents and get them home?
Well, we haven't had much news in terms of whether the kids are still being held in cages, right?
Right, I haven't seen that.
I thought that ended with the Trump administration. Are they still holding kids in cages at the border? I get no.
Mm.
I think that was a Trump administration thing. I mean, they may be being held, but I'm not getting that they're held in cages. The whole thing is so traumatizing to even think about.
Yeah, that imagery was pretty brutal.
Yeah. That's why I ended up writing a song about it.
Mm.
That's what we used to do back in the old days when something really got us. We wrote a song. You know, a movie I saw this week, but I haven't finished watching it because I was watching it late and I fell asleep, was Rocket Man. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen it yet. How was it?
Well, I have to see it to the end, but what a great movie.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. For me, it's hard because Elton John went through so much turmoil with drugs and alcohol. I mean, so many of those rock stars almost died. Many did. But it was just, speaking of times of great tumult, I mean, the civil rights movement and all that, there was so much tumult then, and, you know, Martin Luther King being assassinated, and Bobby King and JFK. I mean, we've been through it.
Oh, yeah.
And during those times, the horribleness of what was happening was just so intense that at least people knew enough that they had to express it somehow, right? You wonder why people are losing their minds. Nobody's like going to their creative mediums to, not nobody, but I'm just speaking in general terms. What are you doing to get to, when you get some really bad news, what do you do?
Oh, I make an Instagram story out of it.
You
Yeah,
put
is
a
that what the
little-
world's doing nowadays?
No, what's happening from my perspective is people get in more frantic of a state. Once again, I'm just speaking in very general terms. It's like, that doesn't help. If you sit down and you do a work of art, you do a painting, or you write a song, if that's your medium, if you channel it, it takes time to sit down and channel it, right? So what's happening is, in general, so many people are stressed because we're not being sort of encouraged to channel it in a certain way, in a positive. Like if you have a troubled teen, you want to give them an outlet, a healthy outlet, right? So we have a troubled civilization. We need a healthy outlet. And back in like at the time of Elton John, and that's what people were doing. That's what artists were doing, was they were writing songs about. I mean, like the Four Dead in Ohio, Neil Young, and so much, For What It's Worth, all the protest songs that came out then. And then like some people like Jimi Hendrix and these guys, Led Zeppelin, would just rock out. And what did the audiences do? They were like, bam, bam, bam. It was a way of like getting it out of people's systems.
Yeah, needed a release.
Yeah. I don't know if that happens anymore
I
without
don't know if I've ever seen you headbang before.
there's like heavy metal and we need that kind of expression, or we lose our minds. We become like pressure cookers, always just going around feeling like we're going to blow a gasket. So
Annette,
true.
Ring the bell, Annette.
Okay.
Because Raksha Andreasen has tipped the channel, Annette. She says, thank you guys. You both have beautiful, pure souls. Thank you for the readings.
I thought she was going to say sweaters.
We're getting a lot of sweater talking
you.
tonight.
I thought she was going to say you both have beautiful sweaters.
No.
Thank you.
But thank you, Raksha. Appreciate it.
This is a very comfortable sweater. I'm tempted to wear it all week.
There you go. So could be a summer sweater if you want it to be. just cut the sleeves off.
No, I think I'll save it for next Christmas too.
Oh man. Annette, we did have a few questions surrounding Hunter Biden. So Anna Macedo asked, is Hunter Biden hiring a lawyer to deal with possible House investigation? And I believe he already has, right?
Well, I'm sure he has a lawyer.
This question.
That was an easy question. Yes.
Well, PC followed up with, so Biden has hired a top-notch law firm to sue Republicans who've accused him of wrongdoing. Will he be successful?
Yeah, it's total slander.
Really?
They don't have, there's no Hunter Biden's laptop. It's a fabricated story. I can't even believe it's being discussed as though it's an actual thing. But then again, so voter fraud's not a thing either. So that's where we are. We're in the age of gaslighting. Do people really think it's a real thing? Which it's disturbing to me if they do.
Yeah, I think people out there think it's a real thing.
No, people in the chat, do they really think that it's a thing?
Oh, I don't know. Should I ask?
After all the international crimes that the past administration.
I'll ask, is this Hunter Biden thing really a thing at all?
Well, no, my question is, do you really believe that it's a thing? I don't know if people would admit that they believe that it's a thing, but talk about conspiracy.
Do you really believe?
There's no roots. There's no foundation to the story.
This Hunter Biden thing is a thing.
I mean, I'll pull 3 cards just to ask what's going to unfold there. When I've read about it before, I saw a wedge put into the investigation, and all those people that were involved in January 6th, they're in Congress. I don't see them keeping their seats. Hang on. what I have seen is that when they start, doing these public investigations, Joe Biden's going to have a boost in the polls. Do you know how many people struggle with addiction?
Mm.
I don't know statistically if it's 1 in 10 but it's a lot.
Well, it depends on the kind of addiction too. I mean, isn't
No,
everyone's
I just mean addiction.
yeah, hardcore, like drug addiction?
No,
alcohol?
just addiction.
Oh,
Just
addiction. Isn't that everybody? Who
That's what
you'd
I'm
be
saying.
hard pressed to find
started-
someone.
When you start attacking people for something that is very close to you, that people or yourself have been, really in pain about, who are you going to side with? Do you know what I'm saying? I'm
Mhm.
sorry, I interrupted you again.
No, you did. No. I
So-
keep an eye on as when you start to talk and explain things, or I keep an eye on the chat in case there's something to chime in that someone is adding. That's all I do. If I
Yeah,
can
you
find it.
have 5 conversations going on at one time.
Yeah, but sometimes they supplement what you're saying, or
Right.
or-
Yeah. Well, that's like being at a party and talking to everybody in the room.
yeah, that's what we're doing here. We get about
So-
pushing 400 people right now.
Wow.
Mhm.
It's probably because it's the end of the year and people are looking for New Year's predictions. I just want to say about Hunter Biden and all that. He wrote a book about it. I actually was going to get his book. He wrote a book about his trials, the horrible, the poor kid, he lost his mom and his baby sister in a horrible car accident when he was a baby. It's been a rough ride for him, and he fell into addiction, and he's lucky to be alive. And my point is, there are many people. Most people can think of somebody that they knew and they loved that succumbed to drug addiction or alcoholism or some kind of addiction. And so when in the public, on the public stage, when we see somebody being attacked for the same affliction that the person who's watching has seen somebody they love in their lives go through, they're not going to feel like attacking that person that's in the public light, eye, being really pummeled for that. Right? If it was your family member, you would want to defend your family member from all that.
Sure.
Right? So and when I see the more they push the issue, the higher Biden's numbers go up. The Republicans, they keep painting themselves into a corner. So the Ace of Cups is like, it's actually, Hunter Biden will be fine. The Six of Cups is the family card. And the Seven of Wands is he's lining it up to do what needs to be done. And he will fight back with a vengeance, hard. Like legally. And he's that man in that card is very strong. They'll bet. I just keep seeing a wedge in the works when they start going after him in the investigations, and it's so flimsy. I can't even believe. It's embarrassing to watch them. It's like, fortunately, we're America, and it's not like Russia where you can just lie, and people have to just accept whatever you say. At least we have some back and forth here. It's not North Korea, thank God. Let's make sure we don't go in that direction. So it's not like they will have anything that's really believable. So they're going to investigate him, and there he'll be, and they'll be like, well, we think you did this, and then they've got nothing to back it up. They're really making themselves look so ridiculous to even talk about it. When we have all these problems that need to be dealt with, and they're wasting their time on this ridiculousness, and they act like it's so important. We're going after Hunter Biden. Yes, we are. Get a life, or give up your seat and let somebody who actually cares about their constituents and serving the people. Let somebody like that in. Run for something. Remember I told you there was an organization called Run for Something?
Yeah.
I'm going to look it up.
Annette has spoken. By the way, in the live chat, Connie B says Corey is the bomb. And that makes
You are
Connie
the bomb.
B our viewer of the night. Thanks, Connie B.
Guess what I have in the other room? I just remembered. Snacks.
What we need snacks?
I might need a peep. What do you have? Oh, I do too. I think I brought the same ones.
Peeps from Anna Lee.
Is it almost time for a peep break?
We can have a peep break if you want. Some people, if you need a pee break, you can take that. Annette and I do a peep
No, I'm
break.
good. I'm good. I take care of that before. I'm gonna grab some peeps.
All right, all right, I'll ask in the chat if it's, well, I have snowmen or trees.
I think I brought the snowmen and trees. Let me look.
All right, we'll let Annette look. Oh, Marby with a big tip for the channel. Thank you, Marby. Thank you. Thank you. So anyway, if you're just tuning in, I'm Corey. That will be Annette at some point. We did not plan the sweater thing, although Annette has clearly had this somewhere in the recesses of her closet for a long time. You're watching The Psychic and the Sidekick. We do this for you guys every Wednesday night. Every time you come back to the chair, you have something different.
I have more festive look. I have stockings and I have snowmen. And I should stop highlighting the peeps because you know what's going to happen? A truck is going to show up someday. The peep truck.
I have trees and I have snowmen. So why don't we do the snowmen?
Yeah, let's have a snowman.
Folks, if you have peeps while you're watching, now would be the time to open them.
This is our commercial break.
The way we eat peeps are the way people used to watch 3D movies with their glasses back in the day. It's like, okay, put your glasses on now for this part.
Yeah, you know what? On the package it says to take a picture of yourself. No, it does. They want to see a picture of us with the peeps.
All right, folks.
Show us how you express your peepsonality. Hashtag peepsonality. You can take a picture to send to them?
I get a screen grab it somehow.
With our matching sweaters?
Hold on.
This is what's going to make us famous.
I've never eaten so many peeps in my life in 2022.
I know.
Why didn't just a peep be times figure of the year? Any peep.
It would beat Elon Musk from 2021.
Let me ask the audience out there tonight. Would any of you try to make a peep at home? Could you make a Psychic and Sidekick set of peeps for us? Maybe a Bubba peep. People would eat a Bubba peep.
We broke the mold, Corey. They can't make a peep of us.
My God.
There's no way. It's just a marshmallow.
Christian. Okay, I come back to the screen and I see you two with peeps in your mouth, frozen still. Yep. It was peep time. All right. So anyway, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good peep.
You know what I did last week? And after the show, I had one of the gingerbread men peeps, and I put it in hot chocolate and watched them melt. It was good.
I had one last night, and I was at the gingerbread man.
Well, yeah, they were good, better than I thought.
And I was thinking I should make some hot chocolate. That's a lot of sugar.
Yeah,
that's sugar overdose.
Yeah. My God, ready for another question?
Sure, why not? We're here.
Yeah, there have to be some activists out there that can. Someone's going to have an end to the Peeps Company at some point. Where is this? Now wait, Christian went to. Did he go? Christian, you go to the factory or something?
It's on the side of the package, Corey.
Yeah, but I can't read that to save my life right now.
It said, "Show us how you express your peepsonality."
Oh, they have a Facebook and an Instagram account.
I know, I'm telling you.
Huh.
And well, you probably don't want to go on Twitter, but and then they have a website. You definitely. That's why I said then the Peeps truck is going to show up at your house.
Warren's asking where Bubba is. Bubba is probably passed out on the couch with Meredith right now. So full of milk bones.
Is she watching?
I don't know. I can hear TV on in the background, so maybe not yet. I don't
She
know.
probably has it on in the background.
Annette.
Mhm.
Well, what are you drinking over there?
This is Aura Bora.
Hmm.
Peppermint and watermelon seltzer. I ordered my groceries from a company called Misfits Market. Highly recommend it.
Beautiful.
I've talked about it before.
Let's see. How about well, hey, these are going to be kind of rough. All right, Catherine Bush asks, is Putin going to use nuclear weapons before the end of the war?
Why did you say they're going to be kind of rough? Because you have questions like that?
Well, no, we just go from eating peeps to nuclear warfare.
Jeez.
That's why.
I might
Huh?
need another peep to buffer things. You know, they're soft.
It's hard to have a hardcore conversation looking like this, don't you think?
Yeah, I don't think
As we eat marshmallows.
I don't think I can bring it down, you know, like it's too I'm too high on sugar now.
Yeet.
Can we have a nicer question? I mean, I can tell you what I know, what I psychically know is that there are people around Vladimir Putin that will make sure that he doesn't do anything so stupid. I've always gotten that. And on my Monday night show, was it Monday night? No, it was my Friday night show. It was my birthday on Friday. I had the best show. I had more happy birthdays than I'll ever get, maybe unless I reach celebrity status, which could happen. Then there'll be more. I think we're already there. But I was doing a reading on Putin, and I saw him being whisked away on a jet to a private location that felt like Venezuela. And then today I heard, I don't know if it's true, but I just kind of heard in passing, maybe on YouTube, that there's talk of him going into a bunker. We probably should read on something to do with that. What's your next question?
Oh, ring the bell.
Again?
Yep.
We should have bell swapping. Like sometimes you should ring the bell.
Oh, that's from my cat. Catsy Healer. Benghazi was never a thing either. It was just a very big logistics problem. The normal thing's hyped up.
Exactly. Another bell for that.
Oh, cat, look, you got a bell ring.
Yeah, I totally get exactly. That's what I was saying. I didn't mention Benghazi, but it was the same thing. They're just making a big to-do out of nothing, and they're wasting time. They're wasting precious resources. We should be marching on the streets and protest at how much taxpayer dollars these people in Congress that are treasonous traitors against the United States of America are being paid like to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't know how much they make on salary, but they're living high on the hog, and they have free health care. And what are they doing with their time and our resources? Which is really our time, because they're supposed to be serving the people. They're wasting. I mean, I think about, this is a different person, different topic, but I think about Elon Musk paying $44 billion for Twitter. And it's mind-boggling to think about how much good $44 billion can do for this planet. The richest man in the world, now today, as of today, the second richest man in the world. We could solve everything.
It's so ridiculous. I mean,
It's
you could just sort of started your own thing and not had any of the BS that came with someone else's brand.
What a freaking waste. And one of the things, and you know, Kanye West, right? Like how he's a billionaire. It's like, what a waste. If we could just give that money to the good people that will use it for good, they have no business having all that money, in the sense that they're not doing good with it. They're not using the blessing and the privilege of being that wealthy to do good with it. And what we're really starting to see is like putting people on a pedestal because they are multi-billionaires is a bad idea. There's not much that's stupider than that.
Right. Yeah. Unless you're the maker of this sweater line. In that case, more power to you.
Yeah, you're a genius.
The question comes from Jessica Love, and it is, Annette, will mega churches ever be taxed?
what I see about that is I see that that it's at a certain level. Yeah, I do see laws being passed that after a certain amount, they have to pay a percentage. Yeah, I don't think, yeah, because I mean, it used to be that churches were really for the benefit of people and communities, and they still are in some arenas, you know. But I do see, you know, based on income, kind of like the same idea of, you know, raising taxes if you make above a certain amount of money. When the Republicans are talking about they're going to raise your taxes, it was a completely not true, because it was like, and even when they'd say, you know, Democrats are going to raise taxes, it was really not true, because what the Democrats have proposed and passed, I think, I'm losing track, was that the wealthy would pay taxes. The ultra wealthy would pay taxes. So there's nothing about raising taxes there. It's just paying taxes, for God's sake. But as far as churches go, yeah, it's gonna be above a certain amount.
Mm.
I have to go back and look at the Inflation Reduction Act and see if it was in there that the wealthy have to pay their fair share. I don't like it when people say they have to pay more in taxes, because that's not the case. They have to pay taxes like the rest of us. It's misleading to say they'll have to pay more in taxes. I don't think we have any people out there that watch Fox. Maybe the trolls, but we haven't had too many of those because of the rich people.
Yeah, our rich people are hardcore and serious.
But don't you agree? Like, you know, you hear them saying, "Oh, they're going to raise taxes on the wealthy." No, they're going to have the wealthy pay taxes. Way different. Way different. Totally. I'm going to take out the black and gold cards.
All right, here we go. Check out these cards, folks. I like them.
Yeah, these are fun. They're all fun in their own way. They're like people. They all have personalities.
You're a people person.
Oh yeah, peep.
PEP.
We need to send that to peeps. We need to send that screenshot.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it could be the ticket. So we don't know where.
I know. You got to be careful where. Yeah, maybe prison.
Maybe they'll have a Disney World that have like a
Maybe the lunatic asylum.
peep people exhibit. Ride. What you got?
Oh, I thought you were going to go to the cards for something.
I know, but you didn't give me a question.
Oh. The next question is Colleen Braun asks, will England's new prime minister last?
I'm trying to think of
This is the Indian guy, right? What
he'll last longer than Liz. I think her name was Liz.
yeah, Sunak.
Trust. Remember, I don't know if you remember when I think it was Liz Truss. I think that's her name. When she got in and I did a reading about it, I was like, oh my God, the economy is gonna sink her.
That was a hard 6 weeks for her.
That you might remember
First
that
round
shot.
knockout.
Or maybe it might have been on one of my PNN videos, but I was just like, oh, the economy, it just looked really bad. And that's absolutely what sank her. Speaking of things that came true, I think it might have been on this show too, because a lot of times I, duplicate what I said in my video. People were asking about Brittany Griner, and I said December. I saw December.
You did.
Yeah, around. It was like December, January, and I was really glad to see that it was, like we all were, to see that it was December.
What'd you think of the swap, Annette? An arms dealer for?
I think, that situation is so challenging. I mean, did we really want to keep her there?
Right.
That's what the people on Fox were we should have basically they were just kind of saying she should have stayed there.
The thing that weirded me out about people here was saying things like, well, you broke a law in another country.
Honestly, like, why were they saying that?
And it's like legit, like you have a vape pen and you get 9 years in the gulag. Like, are you fucking high? Like, that's crazy.
Well, then Ari Melber on MSNBC, I think it was Ari Melber he was on his show last night, was bringing to light that in this country, there are people serving life sentences for having marijuana.
Yeah. It's nuts.
Yeah, so
It's nuts.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, I went off the rails there because we were talking about the Prime Minister of England. Well, obviously he's going to last longer than she did.
Rishi Sunak.
I see like long-standing corruption around him. I just see what I see is the people around him in the political arena. They know about a few things. It's kind of like how much they can tolerate. And I just feel like they've decided in Parliament that they can put up with that. The certain amount, as long as it doesn't go too far. And unfortunately, it feels like because he's a man, he's got more power.
Mm.
Oh, I'll pick a few cards about that.
Okay.
Tell me his name again.
Rishi Sunak.
So he's Indian,
Yes.
I think. That's interesting. That's interesting that he's well, things change.
There's a massive Indian population. in
Things
the UK.
change, yeah. Yeah, definitely. But
I mean, he's born in Southampton, so
yeah, but he has Indian ancestry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I said. I mean, I see it's just like what I was saying. There's some corruption and that going on, but it's kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. They just decide that they can tolerate it. They can tolerate a certain amount of corruption. He's definitely more competent, but it's more like he's more competent in doing deals. And then the Ace of Swords. I actually see somebody new coming in. I don't know how long his term is, do you?
Well, he's incumbent, so I don't know how long the term.
The people in our chat are like our library. They're our source of information. Yeah, how long is his term? Because I don't see him serving a second term.
Okay.
Hey, do we have any local people in the chat?
Christine Armstrong was in there early.
Christine, I was thinking of you today. Hello.
She said hi right off the bat, but that was a while ago.
Did I tell you I'm going to the castle for New Year's Eve?
You are going to go. Yeah. So there is no time limit for a prime minister.
He can stay. He's not the king. He can't stay his whole life.
The prime minister only stops being the prime minister if their party has a vote to change the leadership of their party. The party does not win government or at an election, or if they decide to resign as prime minister. So
well, then apparently he's gonna, because I see a new prime minister after 2-3 years.
Oh yeah, Christine's with us. She's back.
Hi.
Christine. She says, "Let's go.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays." She could come to the castle. I need someone to go with.
You don't have anyone to go with?
You should go. No, I don't.
Annette?
What?
Nobody?
No, but I want to go, so I just got a ticket. It's gonna be fun.
When is that? Is that the 31st? Is it New Year's Eve thing?
Yeah, it's New Year's Eve. It's New Year's Eve, and they said in quotations and Neil Young's gonna be there. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that.
Who is it?
You sent it to me. I don't know who it is.
Well, I figured you were aware of it because don't you cover it on Bridge Cape Ann? It was in your newsletter.
Yeah, it was in there. There's a lot of stuff in there. That newsletter.
So it wasn't that
lately.
It's in your newsletter. Do you read your newsletter?
I had to put it together. There's a lot of. I got asked to cover an event on the 30th today, and or MC an event. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing yet. It's hard.
Or
When
you-
the holidays fall on Saturday nights, that makes for a
No, the
screwy
30th
weekend.
is not, no, it's the 31st is a Saturday.
Well, right, but you have to think that the carryover from Friday night into Saturday, that goes into Sunday. That's a big weekend.
Yeah, but what are you doing on Friday?
I don't even know yet. I don't even know what I'm doing for Christmas yet.
Oh,
I mean, it's not
you
sad. I don't know.
you're going to your mom's.
I don't know that's going on for Christmas.
You have to go to your mom's for Christmas. She's the one that makes all the Christmas stuff. Gucciadati. Does she make gucciadis?
Of course she does.
I saw those. I saw them at Market
What else
Basket.
does she make? Bignolada. That's going to be all over the place.
I haven't. Oh man, I'm coming to your mom's house.
Yeah,
Or I'll make-
Bignolada, folks. It's a pinolada, but
It's like little
Yep.
pieces of dough balls.
little piece of dough balls covered in honey and like sprinkles, basically.
Love those.
That is right up your alley, Annette.
It's been a few years since. Yeah, I've made them before. It's been a few years since the family got together to make. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, I want to make sure. I think it's like pinulata, but I want to get the spelling right for folks. Yeah. You can look this up if you'd like to. Okay, good. Oh,
So I can't believe you're not going to your mom's for Christmas. I'm gonna call her.
I mean, eventually, there's a lot going on. I gotta see what the plan is for
Well,
everybody.
I hope she hands.
Because I never know if like my sister's gonna do her own thing, my brother's gonna do his own thing with their families, and who's coming into town, who isn't. You know, all kinds of moving parts. So, but folks, it is the top of the hour now. It is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time
Wow.
here. Annette and I are coming out to you from our home offices in Gloucester, Massachusetts. You're watching The Psychic and the Sidekick. She is the psychic, Annette Dion. You can follow her on her own channel. You can also get a private reading with her by just emailing Annette Dion7, the number 7 at gmail.com. And I am the psychic. I am Corey from Bridge Cape Am. And if you want, I guess the newsletter we come up with every Thursday morning, just hit me up at hello@bridgecapeam.com or just go to that website if you like. But anyway,
It's mostly local news, isn't it?
yeah, and usually I have some links to YouTube videos and like our previous shows and things like that in there, but it's local. But some people like seeing all the local stuff going on.
It's unique.
Yeah, there's that. So anyway, welcome. And every Wednesday night, Annette and I do this for you. We answer questions in real time. I have a bunch because I went on live last night just to get a head start on things. And
You must have more questions.
yeah, we have a bunch more questions to get to. And also we are anxiously awaiting Yoon's arrival now that it is Yoon o'clock.
I rang the bell so many times I didn't remember if she showed up yet.
Nope, not yet. Well, you'll know.
It used to be just the Yoon bell.
Yeah, siren will go off when it happens.
She probably feels like she has to show up, like.
I don't,
show
she gets her sleep in. But she did check in from the airport at Hanoi, which was pretty impressive.
Yeah, well, she feels like she's expected. We can tell her she doesn't get paid for this.
Yeah, not yet. We should find a sponsor for Yoon.
Wait till we get that PEEP endorsement.
Yeah. Annette, you matter to me. She's always following the show. Hello, you matter. And she asks, will MTG be subpoenaed for being involved in January 6th?
Yes. That was easy. Of course she will. I don't know why anyone would think that she wouldn't be. I mean, she was this video of her saying, oh, I just came from the meeting where we talked about what we're going to do on January 6th. I just came from a meeting at the White House and it's going to be good. We gotta fight back. I mean, she's like totally has incriminated herself. There's lots of evidence against Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's like black and white, can't be denied. She'd indirectly asked for pardon, as did so many of them. Yeah, and the last time on Monday I read about her, I got the death card. It's over, and she knows it. She's just hoping that it isn't. I mean, these people that are getting up there and making all these really bold, asinine statements, they're doing it because they're afraid. And they're actually trying to just get people to literally rally around them because they're that afraid. And that's what she's trying to do.
And there you have it. Moving on. Next question comes from Lucretia Valdez. I think Lucretia's in here tonight. Hi, Lucretia.
This week, we're going to see a lot going down this coming week.
Really?
Like next week, I mean. Yeah.
You're feeling it?
A lot. Well, I have been saying that I felt like Trump would get indicted the third week in December. People that I'm hearing, you know, the talking heads on the news are saying, oh, it's not going to be till January, February, or, you know, 6 months from now. I think it's going to be way sooner than they're saying. They should ask the psychic. They should call up the psychic and say, you know, stop saying we can't read the tea leaves and we don't have a crystal ball because, you know, I'm all set with that. Just call.
Yeah, or email Annette Dion7@gmail.
Well, I have the head start in the Psychic News Network. You know, it's just the beginning. I feel like in the future, this is going to be something that people are going to look for more. We're the pioneers. 100 years from now, they'll be looking back at the psychic and the sidekick.
And say, why'd they eat all those friggin' marshmallows?
What was going on there?
Yeah, what is happening with that group?
That was a strange era in history.
Yeah.
What's with
Yeah.
the sweat?
Let's keep driving to Mars. We'll pass this place.
People were very strange back there in 2022, weren't they? What are we doing our show for? Are we doing next week? Our predictions?
Yeah, so we should talk about that. What should we play? We had the Christmas Eve predictions last year, which was an hour-long show. We can play that we can play it from 6 to 7, and I'm trying to figure out how you and I can watch that. Like be on screen and watch it.
I told you that they have a new feature on YouTube that you can invite a person in on your live stream from YouTube.
Yeah, it's the same deal as this, basically, as Zoom.
Yeah, but you have to go through Zoom onto YouTube.
Right. Yeah, but it functions the same. But we're trying to see how can we replay the show from last year as you and I sit in on the show. I mean, I can see us participating in the live chat, but we're trying to see if we can find a way where you and I are actually on screen at the same time.
I know that would be chaotic if we wanted to talk about what was being said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In Zoom, we already talk over each other anyway.
Yeah.
That would be a lot of talking over.
So one thought was, do we play last year's prediction show from 6 to 7 p.m. tomorrow, and then we go on at 7 p.m.? Next week?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. And then we can sit in the live chat for that first hour if we want. I mean, I would probably do it anyway for the fun of it, but we can plan on that. And then we have the 2-hour show for New Year's Eve.
I think it would be chaotic to have us on the screen while we were playing the old show.
Yeah.
I think I'll watch the old show and take notes, and then we can come on afterwards. And then New Year's Eve, you're talking about New Year's.
Yeah, because we actually did 3 prediction shows last December.
A lot of psychics do that.
Yeah. And the other one we did, Annette, was more than 2 hours long. We did one on New Year's Eve that was 2 hours long, so we can just play that on another night.
Let's do the 28th. Let's also do a next year thing on the 28th.
Okay.
All right.
So the 21st and the 28th. Right. Okay. Well, so we'll figure that stuff out. So, all right. Next question comes from Lucretia Valdez, who says, Annette, Elaine Chao, wife of Mitch McConnell, is she ready to bail?
Yeah, she's going back to China. Remember after January 6th, on January 6th, she resigned?
Yes.
Let me pull some cards about that. I feel like she's going back, and it might not actually be China, but going back to her family. Can't believe Mitch McConnell's married. I'm sorry.
Money and power. What an aphrodisiac.
Just like Trump and Melania, I am certain they have separate beds.
Well, who was the Marla Maples? Marla Maples was a hottie.
But there wasn't all that drama that, of him being in the White House and everything.
She must have signed such a serious NDA during the divorce.
Yeah. You mean Marla?
Mm-hmm. Because
I
she completely fell off the map after.
Yeah, well, we could read about that. I'm tuning in. Now I'm on the Trump train. No, go away. I just went down the, like reading all that, like Ivana, what's buried with Ivana, Marla. One topic. Elaine
And
Chao.
just to clarify, Glenna Miles is saying that Elaine Chao is from Taiwan.
Oh, I always thought she was from China. Okay. I don't know why. I thought I heard she was from China. No? Well, actually, that makes more sense that she would go back. Now my psychic impression of that makes more sense to me. The death card, she's leaving. The 7 of Wands and the 10 of Wands. There's too much information coming at her. She doesn't want to be any part of what's going on with these investigations. She wants to leave. The question is, would Mitch McConnell go with her?
Mm-hmm. We just had that. Who just followed up with that question?
If
Patty
Elaine,
Sullivan did.
that was your next question?
No, Patty Sullivan asked in the live chat, actually. Says, is Elaine going solo or is she taking Mitch?
Was that the same question?
No, different.
I must be psychic. Because I was going to answer that question before she even asked it. Before I even knew she asked it. So would Mitch go with her? Yeah. He would go with her. I think they're talking about it. In a year or two. Maybe probably sooner for her. That seems really logical to me for some reason. It doesn't even feel like a psychic impression as much as, of course they would. Moscow Mitch, that's coming into my mind. There's stuff about Mitch McConnell that's, the whole story of the corruption of the United States government is all documented. All of it. I don't know where, but I get that it's all in the records. And besides, on that note, next week we get to read the entire January 6th investigation report.
Page Turner.
Yeah, you can buy it, or if you can wait, you can get it for free because it's going to be public information. And the Republicans crack me up because they're like, we want all the notes from the investigation from January 6th. We're going to demand it. I don't have to demand it. It's going to be open to the public. They're bashing bottles next door.
Are they?
You ever go to the Franklin?
Yeah.
Is there somebody in the back of the restaurant that just goes out
The
every?
kitchen's in the rear, but I don't know what.
Yeah, and they apparently they go and they dump bottles like
Is that where their dumpster is?
Must be.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go look one of these days.
Go dumpster diving tonight.
It's like it's like after about an hour, then crash.
Yeah, see if they have any dinner rolls that they've tossed out.
I should time it and see if there's a certain schedule.
Yeah.
For the bottle dumping.
Annette, we have this question from Eileen, who asks, Annette, will more electrical substations be targeted by extremists, risking more lives?
Yes.
Mm.
They have plans to do more damage. Which makes me think about, on every Tuesday, I have a meditation group. You have to go to my website to sign up to receive the Zoom invite, 20 on Tuesdays. And we've been doing a lot of meditation, visualizing, like things like that not happening, being safe, even getting the domestic terrorism to stop. So join us for that. Go to my website, go to I think it's on the Grassroots of Democracy page. The menu's in the upper right. And join us. We do it every week. Yes, I see plots to blow up power stations. Welcome to the war on the United States of America by United States citizens. Because I know that people aren't calling it that, and people aren't calling it the Republican Nationalist Party, but that's, when we put a name on it, I mean, it is what's happening. It's kind of like when Trump was in the White House and I kept getting, the guides kept saying, the calls are coming from inside the house. And I was like, yeah, all the criminality, all the corruption, all the horrible international crimes, it's all coming from inside the White House when Trump was there. It's just unbelievable. There's a segment of the American population that's at war with America. It's called domestic terrorism. We might as well call it what it is. That is what it is. That's where we are. Doesn't mean we have to stay there, but it's really important to identify the problem so we know what we're dealing with. It's unbelievable.
We have this question in the live chat from Uptick AA8. Annette, will Biden release JFK documents tomorrow?
No. I don't know what the news is behind that. I don't know if he's supposed to. There are too many other issues that need to be on the table and discussed. And that's just like, to do that right now is just, it's too many balls in the air. I don't know much about that. Do you?
No.
I'm getting a strong no on that.
Mm.
Like, I don't know what the point would be. Because we already got all these conspiracy theorists out there, right? I mean, just from a logical perspective, no matter what's in those documents, with everything that's going on in this country right now, and today being the 10th year anniversary of Sandy Hook, there's with the domestic terrorism and the conspiracy theorists and Fox and all this propaganda and the white supremacists and Trump going rogue, more rogue, and Elon Musk going rogue. No, we don't want to add anything more to the mix. Joe Biden is more pragmatic than that. That's all I've got.
And there you have it. Here's a question, Annette. Will Dominion win their lawsuit
Yes.
against Fox?
Yes. They've already won it. I guess we're doing a lightning round?
No. Well, I mean, listen, if these are slam dunk answers, then there you have it.
Might just happen automatically.
Here's one.
They'll win.
Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban is a buddy of Putin's, right? They're tight.
And he's also tight with Marjorie Taylor Greene and several Republicans and CPAC, and they had him speak as a special guest that they all were like, yay, Viktor Orban, yeah, show us how to be an autocracy. Show us how we can be dictators too. Yes, we want that. Yeah, we hate democracy. Don't even get me started.
Well, you started.
I know.
So, recently reelected, reelected, we'll say in quotes, what will happen to him after Putin falls?
I like the way that somebody said after Putin falls.
Mm-hmm. Well, there was, I heavily edited that question.
Really?
Yeah, it got a little profane, but yeah, that's the gist of it.
Yeah, but did you notice that I picked up on all the other parts?
Yeah.
Even though you didn't say it, I expressed it.
Yeah.
It's all energy. I see. It's like the guides are showing me like scales falling off of Orban. Like he loses a lot of power. He loses a lot of power when Putin's done. I don't know how Putin is still physically standing. I don't.
Really? You think he's that ravaged?
I think he's that. Yeah. Whenever I tune into him, he feels like his insides are being eaten. Like his insides are being corroded. And I do see him being whisked away. I really see the time very soon, this month or next, when we just don't see him anymore. And I don't think they have a body double for Putin.
Yeah, who would play Putin in the movie?
Remember when somebody told you said that you look like him?
It was
Like,
more than
bite your
one.
tongue.
It was more than one person.
Bite your tongue.
Jeez.
No, you don't have beady eyes. Like he looks so evil. He's so revolting.
We went over this, right? We figured out who our celebrity lookalikes were.
Yeah,
Who
we
would-
did that. The ones that they didn't really come up with anybody.
Wait, who did you get? Yours was good. I already know who your lookalike was. She was the drummer from Fanny, that old band in this late
No one
60s.
knew. No one knew who you were talking about.
I know. I had to show a picture, but you do
And
look.
it wasn't really. It was maybe the overbite, but there wasn't really.
It was pretty good though, Annette.
Yeah, but nobody knew who it was, so I don't know if that counts as a celebrity.
Like I think there is the people that there are lookalikes, right? And then they're sort of like in the area, like you would be in the same police lineup, but you wouldn't necessarily look like I think that woman would be in the police lineup if you were a suspect.
Do you think you would be in the police lineup with Putin?
No. I could kind of see how someone could say it, like if you're just looking at me on a computer screen or something, I guess. But no, I usually get, well, you know who I usually get. It's one of the fucking hobbits. It's like
Lord of the Rings?
it's whoever. It was Sean Astin and Patty Duke. That's who we got. Because I got like Sean Astin's best friend in that movie series, and you got Patty Duke.
No, what was his best friend in Lord of the Rings?
What was it? What was that guy's name? Sam something. Hey, Mayor.
Sam. Yeah, they called him Sam.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I didn't read Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's who people tell me.
Remember his name in the novel, in the book.
Kelly Mack says, I feel Annette looks like a young Diane Keaton.
That's a compliment. Thank you.
C. Douglas says Annette looks like a young Patty Duke. See, Patty Duke right there.
I haven't seen enough of Patty Duke to really be able to.
It's pretty good, actually.
Okay, I'll look.
Yeah, when you look, young Patty Duke. There's a bunch of people are saying that right now.
Is she still around?
Wait, and today is Patty Duke's birthday? Get out of here.
Oh, well, maybe that's a similarity, similar energy.
Let's look. I gotta look that up really quick, just in
Friday,
case.
so that would make sense.
Don't you find it bizarre that our conversations lead to weird coincidences like that?
Oh, it's all predestined.
Today is her birthday.
Oh,
Or
how
take-
cool. So she's a Sagittarius too, so she probably has similar energy to me, which would, that would make somebody resemble someone else if their energy was similar. When I was growing up, I kept hearing Linda Hamilton. We talked about that.
That's what Meredith would get.
Oh, really?
Linda Hamilton, yeah.
Like a long time. Like, I haven't seen Linda Hamilton in decades.
Yeah, today, Patty Duke's birthday. She would have been 78, I think.
She would have been. She's not here anymore.
She passed away years ago.
Oh yeah, so that's probably why I don't know what she looks like.
Pretty good though. Folks, look up the drummer for Fanny, the rock band Fanny. Look up the drummer back in the early days. I'm telling
I
you.
don't think that you look like Vladimir Putin.
Thank you, Annette.
You're welcome. Anytime you want to feel better, I'll just throw that line at you.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Corey. At least it could be worse. You could look like Vladimir Putin.
Oh shit. What's this for Giselle? Corey has similar cheeks to Putty. Putty from Seinfeld?
Oh.
Well, that's who I get Martin Freeman. That's one of the hobbits. Whoever that is. And I don't even know
I'll have to watch Lord of the Rings. Just to see. I'll take a screenshot. There's Corey.
All right, where were we? Questions. We had a bunch of questions here in the chat. I wanted to
I'm
get
lost. I don't know where we left off. Putin's going. He's going to be whisked away somewhere.
Oh, Annette, we got a bunch. So Trump's making a big announcement tomorrow. Do you know about this?
I think he's going to announce that he's going back on Twitter.
That's it?
Well, there are two things that came up: that he's gone back on Twitter and that he's chosen a running mate.
Oh, really?
Those are the two things that popped in. Yeah.
You would choose a running mate this early?
Look at how early he announced he's going to run for president. That was the earliest in history.
Well, don't you think you'd want to wait out to get in the race before you
No.
strategize? And
He only declared that he's running for president because he thought it would shield him from prosecution. Should I check the pendulum?
Yeah.
I mean, just to confirm, is he going to announce who his running mate is going to be? Looks like yes. I think, okay, let's ask this. Is it he's going to announce that Carrie Lake will be his running mate? You know what that means. Why are you smirking?
Because people are saying I look like one of the Smothers brothers.
Yes, you do. You do.
Yeah. The funny one, right? Not the straight man, right? Dick Smothers was a straight one, and then Tom was the white-haired joke, the one without the mustache, I'm guessing.
I don't know, but I think, are they still around?
Alive? Yes. In fact, they had a book out a few years ago. I think it was called Dangerously Funny, the story of the Smothers brothers.
Laughter keeps you going. Is he going to announce that he's going back onto Twitter? I don't think he's decided yet. I'm saying yes, but that's a little less, less strong of an answer. But yeah, I get both of those things. Is it Carrie Lake? Yeah. Anyway, that's what I'm picking up on. That's what the energy's saying. But if he goes back on Twitter, I should say when, because he can't resist. Trump cannot handle not being the center of attention. So he will do whatever it takes. Did you see remember when he had COVID? How can we forget that? I have the cards were saying he was going to die then. When he got COVID, when I think it was Delta. It's amazing that he lived through that. And when he came back to the White House, there were stories being told that he wanted to have a Superman t-shirt underneath his suit, and then he's going to stand out on the balcony and do this. Our sweaters are better. So he wanted the Superman on his chest in front of the American, he really wanted that. So I saw the little video of him saying he's making a major announcement. Well, he's doing that because he needs for people to pay attention to him. And it is a picture of that. It's a T on his chest, with fire coming out of his eyes. It's bizarre. It's like something out of a Marvel comic.
Balcony appearances are a bad idea for pretty much anybody. Remember around Michael Jackson when he held his baby over the balcony?
Not good. And
pretty much the Pope will do it every now and then.
Imbalanced people on balconies, not a good combination.
The Pope, Puxatawny Phil. Who else does a balcony?
Puxatawny Phil was on the balcony?
No, I just threw that out there.
No, he wasn't. Who else is on the balcony?
The Pope, Michael Jackson. Who's made?
Yeah, but the Pope wasn't shot when he was on a balcony.
Evita. I'm just saying, people who make appearances on balconies.
Yeah, but not while they're on the balcony.
No.
Well, that doesn't bode well for Trump then, does it?
No.
I should pick cards about that.
That would have been a good $25,000 pyramid clue at the end. People who appear on balconies and have been, Evita, the Pope.
Is that show still on?
I don't think so.
Would that be on Jeopardy?
No, but I mean, the way we would play with that question would be, I've got to give you people who appear on balcony, and you have to actually connect in your mind. Well, those are people who appear on balconies. A window washer, Evita.
That would be
Pope.
Family Feud.
No, that's a $25,000 pyramid.
Yeah, but that would be a Family Feud.
Juliet, that's a good one. Juliet. Right. Hitler, Mussolini.
Don't stand on any balcony.
Layla. The Royals. See?
Stay away from the balconies.
People who appear on balconies.
I'm choosing 3 cards about what, the energy around this big announcement that I think is.
Oh, there is a new pyramid.
There is? Oh, cool. Well, they always remake those old shows. They should remake, there was a show called the Hollywood Squares,
Yeah, of course.
and they would all show up soused.
Yeah.
That-
Well, all those 70s game shows, Match Game, they were all
People
hammered.
used to drink so much.
Richard Dawson was half in the bed. He was making out with everybody in the family. He didn't care who
You
it
should
was.
go back and watch those old shows.
Oh yeah.
People used to just drink so much.
They were just smoking and drinking on set the whole time.
all the time.
Yeah. That was the 3 martini lunch crowd. That old Hollywood.
On Johnny Carson, how many people showed up on Johnny Carson just wasted?
Yeah.
All the time. And watching I was talking about Rocket Man earlier, and yeah, that's how it was. Everybody was doing that. So it's like Steven Tyler said. Somebody told me that Steven Tyler in an interview. No, maybe I think I might have read it in a book about Aerosmith. That he just thought that that's what people do. That's just what rock stars do, right? It's like just get trashed, like go out with the intention of getting totally wasted. This is about Trump tomorrow. He's just trying to. It's like Trump is bored and he's trying to find something to do. Like when you think about it, what is he? He can't do the legal thing. He can just tell his lawyers what to do, right? He can only play golf so much. I heard that he hasn't come out of Mar-a-Lago in a very long time. I hadn't been keeping track, but apparently he's not leaving the house. It's not his house anyway. It's a country club. I don't think he owns anything. I really don't. I think what do you do what's it called? The word is slipping my mind. When you use your properties to, like refinancing kind of, you use your properties, like if I don't pay this back, you can have Trump Tower kind of thing. I feel like that's what he's doing.
Oh, like collateral?
Yeah.
Or leveraging?
Yeah. I feel like that's what he's doing right now. So he really doesn't have anything. So temperance is he's just trying to fill space with his face. That's what Trump's doing. He's trying to fill space with his face. The 8 of Cups. Oh yeah, the 8 of Cups is, in the traditional tarot, it's like the person walking away from the spilled cups. So he's a very sad. He doesn't feel well. I have the 5 of Swords. It's this announcement, this big announcement is really, it's just going to fall flat on its face. He's trying to make a splash and it's just going to be like a little tiny puddle. Yeah, and it's funny because I feel like when he makes this big announcement, the general public is just going to be like the eyeball roll, like it's so Trump. You know what I mean? That might become a thing that people say. So Trump. So tacky. Everything about him is so cheesy and tacky. But I shouldn't even make fun of it. It's really serious that he was in the White House and that he continues to create so much damage.
But yeah, chat went on, just caught fire with 70s game shows.
Oh yeah, they do that. Yeah. Remember that one? What did we do that with before?
It was good. Did you have a favorite game show?
I don't think so. Sometimes I'd see The Price is Right. It was so goofy.
Yeah.
I guess that was a game show.
Price is Right was a good one.
Door
That always
number,
makes me feel like whenever I hear it on, it's like,
was that door number 1, door number 2? Was that The Price is Right?
No, that was Let's Make a Deal.
I kind of like that one.
Yeah, but that was with Monty Hall.
Remember the ladies with the car? They were always like all decked out.
Oh yeah, people still love The Price
It
is
wasn't.
Right.
It wasn't about the car.
No. But the Showcase Showdown was weird because the first Showcase Showdown would be like a dune buggy and a trip to Sacramento and a dishwasher. And the second one was like a trip to Rome, 2 new cars, a suitcase full of cash.
What was the showcase showdown? Was that a segment of
That was the end of The Price is Right.
I don't remember.
No, they'd have two contestants and then they show off a package and you have to bid on what each package cost. You always wanted to go second.
The great thing about YouTube is you can look all of this stuff up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can go down a lot
it's
of rabbit holes.
amazing. It's amazing.
Well, Bob Barker turned 99 a few days ago.
Oh my gosh, let's hear it for Bob Barker.
Have your pet spayed or neutered.
That's good living. Wonder what he's doing.
The Gong Show, the Newlywed Game, the dating game. People are going nuts right now.
The Gong Show.
Yeah.
I should watch reruns of The Gong Show.
You should watch Confessions of a Dangerous Mind.
I actually would feel sorry for people on The Gong Show.
Well, yeah, they were just picking people up off the street just to gong them off.
But some of the people really didn't want to be gonged.
I know. It was pretty brutal.
It was bullying.
Traumatic. Yeah.
As bad as social media trolling.
And back then, that's like you knew half the country was watching.
Yeah, because there weren't many people.
Oh my God.
How many billion did they say? 2 in the 70s?
Back then, yeah, 3.6 billion people on the planet.
3.6, and now we have 8 billion people.
Yeah. Yeah, keep it wrapped out there, folks. If
Keep
you
it
can
what?
come away with anything from this show, just keep it wrapped. Right, Annette?
Keep what wrapped?
We're trying to control the population here.
Oh, I see. I hadn't heard that term before.
Really?
No, I'm not a man. I think it's a guy term.
Oh. How about this question from Good Karma? Good Karma
What?
asks, Annette, will Josh Hawley be caught up in the Jan 6 mess and be forced out as senator?
Well, he's definitely caught up in the January 6th mess. Will he lose his seat is what I wanted to know. Will Josh Hawley lose his seat because of his involvement in the insurrection? The pendulum's giving me a yes on that. Pretty clearly. Let's pull 3 cards about our buddy Josh Hawley. When I think of him now, I think about that video of him flying through the hallway when the insurrectionists were coming for his life. Oh my God. Do you remember that? Do you remember when people put music to that clip? Oh my God. At least, we found some humor. Humor helps us to survive these times. Well, the judgment card came up right away about Josh Hawley. What we're going to see from Josh Hawley is he's going to know full well that all the evidence is there, and he's going to sit there and just go, no, that never happened, and that never happened, and it's right there. No, I never did that, and it's right there. That's what we're going to see. The 2 of Cups, he's going to try to make a deal. Speaking of, let's make a deal. I feel like, it's going to be some kind of an agreement, like, well, you can either go to jail or step down. He's going to take the stepping down. Bad person. Bad. I mean, when we just to let it sink in. We have people in our government that are in positions of power that our taxpayer dollars are paying them to have a war against us. You can't make this shit out. I guess we should go to the next question. It's mind-boggling. And
It's
I think
very
that people
weird.
they tune out and they numb out because it's just too what? It's too much to process.
Yeah, our
Yes.
live chat is like 5 to 10% deadly serious, and then 90% game shows.
Right now, still.
It's going nuts right
Right,
now.
Let some time, have a couple peeps. Maybe I'll make some tea until they're paying attention again.
Oh no, that's all good. It's all good. They're paying attention.
It's
All right, how
fine.
about this question from Jackie Lynn, who's with us tonight? Hi, Jackie. Annette, are there any reasonable Republicans in the House?
Mitt
I'm hoping
Romney-
they will. I'm hoping they will get with the Democrats to vote Hakeem Jeffries as Speaker of the House. I want
Mitt
Congress to
Romney-
work, not waste time.
It's a long question. Can you run that by me, the last part again?
Are there any reasonable Republicans in the House? I'm hoping they'll get with the Democrats to vote Hakeem Jeffries as Speaker of the House. I want Congress to work, not waste time.
She wants Congress to work and not waste time.
Yeah, so she wants Republicans, will they get on board with
Yeah, we all want reasonable Republicans that aren't part of the Republican Nationalist Party. There's about 5 of them, and Mitt Romney is one. They kicked Liz Cheney out, so she can't count. I don't know the names of the others, but I get that there are 5 or 6, unfortunately, out of hundreds. I don't know the exact number of hundreds, but they're afraid. They're afraid of the death threats. And that's why they won't say anything. That's why they won't go along with what's rational. Hakeem Jeffries, that's kind of like calling an election. I don't really like to do that, but it's Hakeem, yeah, but I get Hakeem Jeffries is going to be voted in. Yeah, that's pretty strong.
Mm.
And it's great because Nancy Pelosi is going to be right in his ear the whole time because she's not leaving. She'll still be in Congress. And so we're pulling cards about the Republicans. Actually, when it's safe for the Republicans, that the ones that were there from a long time ago, like we know Mitt Romney was the governor of Massachusetts, and he got us mass health.
Mitt in the magic underwear.
Right? I mean, the magic underwear?
He's a Mormon. He wears his magic underwear.
It's another one I never heard before.
Folks, somebody explain the magic underwear to Annette.
Well, I can't see the chat.
I know, it's a shame.
No, it helps me to focus to not be reading the chat.
No, that's good. That's good.
I feel like once this country gets on a somewhat reasonable, relatively reasonable track, which is going to happen when the Republicans see that they're not getting very much mileage out of their craziness. I see the night of a couple of them will, the Republicans that have been there for a long time. This is the night, they're kind of feeling more courageous. It's not a king, it's a knight, but it does lead to the king of wands. So this is about Joe Biden doing so well that it's safe for them to align with his reasonable, logical policies. The 8 of Cups indicates a lot of Republicans walking away from behavior that they are regretful about. It's not going to be very popular. How they've behaved is going to be very, very, very unpopular. So that's when the ones that are reasonable will feel safe being themselves. It's not many. There's not many. There's not many.
Good stuff all around. Next question comes from Maha77, who's in the live chat, and asks, any sense on who the next Democratic nominee for president will be after Biden? I don't think Biden will run in 2024. What say you, Annette?
There's a part of me that's just like, can we just stay in 2022? Who are the Democratic candidates going to be? That's the question.
Yeah, or who's going to be the nominee, essentially.
I think it's really too soon to say that. I mean, I think I'm blank on that. I just don't even know. I'm just going down the roster, like who might run. I really have the sense that nobody has considered it yet. If they throw out a few names, it would help me to narrow it down a little bit. Like, I don't think that Kamala, I don't really see Kamala, see her running. Is it going to be, okay, now I see Joe Biden running. This is what I'm thinking. I feel like Joe Biden would run again and would get elected again, because at the end of the 4 years, we're going to be like, wow, what would we have done without Joe Biden? And then on a second term, I think, this is my sense, in the back of his mind, he feels like he doesn't want to serve 4 more years, but he does want to have his foot like in the door for Kamala. Next
question
that's all
comes.
that's okay, right? I mean, that's enough
Yeah, that's fine.
information.
That's where we're at this moment. Beck Lotzian asks, Annette, is the public healthcare system in Canada in collapse? Is it collapsing? No. Ooh, all right.
Why are they asking that?
I don't know.
No, I mean, if you say it's the American healthcare system, yes, resounding, but not in Canada. Plus, it's relative, right? Compared to us, they have it. They're all good. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. The person obviously is from Canada, right? Seems like it.
Yep, that's my assumption.
It's time for another peep.
Really? All right, folks, peep break.
I don't think you're saying peep break. I'm just gonna have a half of the snow. I'm just gonna have the snowman's hat.
Be careful. Yeah, it's a family show.
Oh, hat.
Oh wait, I might
There's a
toast this guy
snowman.
first.
After the local kids throw snowballs at his head. Wait, are you toasting him?
Trying to.
I don't taste like burnt sugar. That will be good. I have a candle going, so maybe I'll do that.
Yeah. Here's a question for you, Annette. What will the nation's reaction to the January 6th committee findings be? Will it change anyone's mind?
Sobering. And yes, it will. Yes, it will. This is life or death. Yes, it will. And plus, there was a question earlier about Dominion. I feel like, I'm surprised there's not more questions about that. I feel like Dominion's going to take Fox down.
Wow.
What are you doing, patting the dog?
Tie my shoe. Well, the dog's passed out tonight.
You were tying the shoe and you didn't have to go like this?
Because I have my chair is right here. So
Oh,
it's just on
okay.
the seat of my chair. So I'm
Wow.
propped up.
Wow, you must be a hobbit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not standing on it.
Your shoe is right there. And I forgot the question.
I can't remember where we were.
Because I started to think about you being a hobbit.
See, it happens.
You could have been on The Wizard of Oz.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Well,
I forgot the question, but I have the justice card.
The nation's reaction to the January 6th committee findings, will it change anyone's mind?
Hey, well, what do you mean? Will it change anybody's mind?
Well, I think it would be people who are, but here's how I read into it. Would ardent supporters of, say, one political way of thinking see things differently?
Well, let me just say something about this. There's a certain segment of the American population that think that political violence is warranted, with no freaking concept of what that means. It's not like they've lived in a country that is always, you know, has suicide bombers and terrorism, and it's not like they've lived it. That certain segment of the population will be frightened by things like power stations being blown up. Add to that, we've been waiting for this January 6th committee to finish up with other investigations, and there's more to come. I thought that there was going to be another public hearing, but now that in December, but now I see that what I was seeing was what's coming out next week. I see it as a public hearing. It's being called a public meeting. So that's what I was seeing when I saw that the public hearings wouldn't end until after December. So these people that think the way to resolve problems in our government is through political violence have no freaking idea what they're talking about. It's not like they're in Ukraine. They've been to Ukraine and they see the bombs coming and things blowing up, you know, maternity wards and elderly homes. It's not like they know what they're talking about, right? It's what they see in the movies. It's what they're thinking, what they see in their computer games. I'm just speaking in general terms. Aside from that segment of the population, most people want to live, right? Most people want to live. Most people don't want their parents and their siblings and their husbands and wives and children to die in a war, right? Most people don't want a civil war. So when the January 6th committee comes out with its report, recounting all that they've heard, all these testimonials, and there's been like countless, I don't know how many, it seems infinite, how much evidence they have. Whenever I read on it, it's like mountains and mountains of evidence, hard evidence. They have the receipts. More of the American population has been waiting for that than are willing to admit. They more like, there's always gonna be wackadoodles out there, but 75% of the American population is gonna be very concerned that we have justice. Because if we don't have law and order in this country, we are no longer a democracy. We are no longer a safe nation. So when somebody asks a question like, will people change their minds? It's like, this isn't about changing your mind. This is about looking at the reality. It's not about changing your mind. The reality is, I don't want to die in violence. You don't want to die in violence. All the people you know don't want to die in violence, in a war, right? So it's not going to change people's minds. It's going to be sobering. It's going to be extremely sobering. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Our minds are made up about, we don't want to die in a war. We don't want a civil war. We don't want our loved ones to die. And the people that think they want that have no freaking idea what they're talking about. It's ridiculous talk. Ridiculous. And most of them, you know, the conspiracy theorists and all that, they're actually convincing themselves that it never happened. Right? No, it never happened. No, it never happened. Like one of the Republicans, forget his name. Somebody will, I think it was Roy. Oh, it was just a typical tourist visit, right? They don't want to die in a war either. Even them. The Two of Swords, there'll be people that are like, we don't know what to do now. Now that the truth is out, those who have been, you know, riding the Trump train, we don't know really what to do now. The Six of Cups is the card of us coming together as family, as one country. So that's what's going to happen. We're all going to be like, I mean, it's traumatizing. Mm. When we face the reality of what could have happened, much like if you almost lose somebody who's dear to you, almost losing the country that's dear to you, you begin to wake up and want something to happen to make you feel safer. So that's going to be the effect of the January 6th committee report. It's going to be unifying in the sense that all of a sudden we're like, yeah, none of us really want to die through violence.
Ring the bell, Dion.
Is Yoon here?
Yoon has arrived, finally.
He's late. Doesn't she usually show up at 8 p.m. Eastern time? Doesn't she usually show up at 8 p.m. Eastern time?
Yeah, a little late today. That's okay.
Here we waited for hours.
Big news. Thanks for joining us, Yoon.
And if you want more of this festive energy on Saturday, I'm having a Zoom event, winter solstice, conjuring up the spirit of winter solstice. PsychicAnnetteDion.com. I'm just doing my little commercial break. We need to put that in the description. PsychicAnnetteDion.com.
And then we had a question from Val from Southwest Pennsylvania. Will any Fox personalities take it on the chin because of the Dominion suit?
Does she mean take it on the chin for the rest of the team?
Well, will they get any backlash from the Dominion?
Of course. Yes. Sean Hannity comes to mind. Laura Ingraham comes to mind. Tucker Carlson is in his own universe unto himself. I feel like Tucker Carlson eventually is going to become like a Rush Limbaugh. Those shoes need to be filled, apparently.
Big shoes, big money. That was big.
As long as there are people that want to fill those kinds of shoes. I'll never forget when Trump gave Rush Limbaugh the medal of whatever, the freedom. That was we've had so many lows. That was that was really, really low.
Yeah. It doesn't matter which side of the ledger you're on. It's still just silly.
He pissed all over everything that's sacred in this country. I used to say it. Sorry to be crude, but Trump pissed all over our Constitution. And then the other day, what did he say? We just need to get rid of the Constitution. That's how I used to think of him when he was in office. It's a very
smiley face over the profanity.
It's a very loaded time, and there's a lot going on in this country. But you know what? How happy can I be about that snowman? Is half missing.
Annette.
Yes.
Stop swearing all the time. Stop swearing.
You sound
Watch
like
your potty mouth, Annette.
You sound like Mr. Bill. Did I show you my Did I show you the gingerbread man? No. I went shopping in Salem for Yule.
What? For Yule Brenner?
No, for Yule. That's Yuletide.
Yeah. Oh, Y-U-L-E. I thought you meant Y-U-L.
No, I went shopping for the event. So I went to Salem and I was walking down the street and I saw this guy. Can you see him?
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Yes. Harry. Oh, it's the Good Witch Salem. Okay, we'll be there. Dance well.
He kind of looks like, he sounded like Mr. Bill. It was funny.
That's pretty funny. In the
You
meantime,
never know where you're going to run into.
I'm getting attacked over here.
By who? The dog?
Yeah, we woke this guy up, apparently. Hey, come say hi, Bubs. There you go. I know.
The gingerbread man woke him up?
I think I clapped at some point in there.
Oh.
All right, so Bub,
it was your snowman voice. Are you feeding him a peep?
No phone.
Oh, maybe he needs a peep. Looks like we're winding down, Corey.
There you go, Bubs. Yeah, go. Go somewhere and eat. No, not there.
All our dog fans out there appreciate that.
They love Bubs.
Yeah, he's part of the family.
That's it. Finish this.
Do you ever put that Santa hat on his head?
Oh, he would hate that. And that it won't fit. His head's massive.
Oh, that's true too.
Yeah. All right, let's do this. Oh,
How many more questions do you have?
I don't know. Probably none.
Probably none?
What is this dog waiting for? Think it over, Bubs. You think it over.
He's waiting for you to finish the show.
You think, there you go.
Any
He's getting
minute
some
now, he
water.
usually finishes up in at 9:15.
He's gonna go have a gallon of water. All right, let's do this. We're back. Okay. All right, so some Bubba talk in there.
I'll behave.
Da. Any questions here in the chat for Annette, folks, while we're here?
Because we're winding down.
How about this one? What were the ramifications for the people whose name appeared in the recently released Mark Meadows text?
Mark Meadows is going to jail. That's kind of a redundant question. They will be indicted. And they will have to tell the truth. They'll try not to tell the truth because oaths don't mean anything. I saw about 5 or 6 Republicans lose their House seats. Marjorie Taylor Greene being one, Lauren Boebert being another, Jim Jordan being another, Ted Cruz being another. There's a bunch of them. Lindsey Graham. I also see, like I said about Josh Hawley, I also see those that there's, hard evidence against them for being part of the insurrection. I see a few, like, you can go to jail or you can step down. You can serve prison time or you can step down. Back in medieval times, it would have been off with their heads. Honestly. Treason.
A couple live chat thing. Amy David, a Bubba weighs a little more than 160, I would say. 160,
What?
165. Bubba, that's how much Bubba weighs.
I'm lost. Not seeing the chat.
Yeah.
You just that was so random.
Yeah, it's a bunch of random questions.
Like what?
I'm looking for questions now. Dancing Warrior, will you keep the live chat replay up when with the posted video, please, at least for an hour or so? I just got here. So Dancing Warrior, how it works, what I think happens is the live chat lasts throughout the entire video. When we stop the broadcast, YouTube processes the whole live chat. And so it's temporarily unavailable. And then I noticed the next morning, the live chat's there if you watch the replay. So, because I noticed some people, like say people show up late or they miss the live, and then like an hour or so, like later on tonight, they come on and watch, the live chat isn't there. So I think it's just because it's being processed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but it is there the next morning, or less time than that. But yeah, I have no control over that.
And I can see what everybody's saying if I want to read the live chat. I think we're almost to wind down time.
Yeah, what do you want to do? We're at 9 o'clock now, by the way, so it's your call. Joanna Carson, when is the Good Doctor doing the holiday pet advice show? We don't know yet. We'll figure that out. She answered a few questions last night, and while I was gathering questions for Annette, as a matter of fact, which was
what is it like? What do you do if your dog eats mistletoe, kind of thing?
There were a couple things like what do you keep them away from, or reminders for the holidays, but then it ends up being specific questions about certain pets or breeds or things like that. So she just answered, I think, 2 or 3 questions.
Mistletoe is toxic, right?
I don't know.
I think it's poison.
Think so?
Keep Bubba away from the mistletoe.
Oh, yeah, we're not doing Christmas here this year because we thought we were moving out of the house.
I'm totally thinking your house is all decorated.
Oh, this thing? Yeah. I do love the lights though. That's
have me
beautiful.
fooled. I totally
fire.
know. I'm just like assuming you're in this nicely decorated house with all those presents under the tree.
Nope. Nothing.
It looks real, except when you step away or when you move a certain way and the fire is in your belly.
Blankets on the floor and pieces of carrot all over the place. That's what
Yeah,
this house
well,
is
we
like.
saw that too, but I like this is nicer.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's why I use it.
And you have a wreath around your head. You look like you have a halo.
Yeah, right, just like that.
You should start singing some Christmas carols. You look like Father Christmas.
Here's a question from Glenn Bird. How will JD Vance act in the Senate? MAGA or cooperative?
I was just thinking of him today because whenever I think of JD Vance, and you've heard me say this, I feel like his grandfather's spirit is with him, just going, buddy, you better not. You're gonna be sorry. I see him kind of in between. I'm gonna pick 3 cards because I see him like not knowing what to do, which is JD Vance kind of has a look about him anyway. I feel like JD Vance is in over his head. Plus, I feel like he didn't win. He didn't legit win. There's a lot of gerrymandering, a lot of voter suppression, a lot of. So when I say somebody didn't win, what I mean is because of the suppressed vote, the energy for him to have lost was definitely present. I don't mean that somebody got in there and changed votes. I mean because of voter suppression. He's gonna go along with the most popular conversation. The conversation that's most safe is what JD Vance is gonna go with. Out of the Page of Pentacles, he's there's a wait and see kind of, like, in other words, I don't see him standing up there going, the election was rigged and 2020 and Trump should be. I don't see him continuing on that. And there's some information about him, so he's kind of feeling like to stay in, like, to keep a somewhat favorable view of him intact, somewhat. It's a very generous way to say it. In order to not get in trouble, he's gonna kind of keep a low profile. He's kind of a quiet guy anyway. He's kind of like a mouse. Kind of meek. And he knows something was askew. He knows that something. I feel like JD Vance is just kind of going around going, I hope they don't find out. That's the sense.
And M. Daly is asking.
Pinchy.
There you go. Flower child. M. Daly is asking if you decorate your house.
I don't have a house.
Well, do you decorate your living area?
I decorate. No, I don't. I decorate my office.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see.
And yourself.
I have lights behind me all the time.
Yep.
I
no
like
candle
that.
in the window, Annette?
No, not this year. I don't have a candle in the window. My housemates aren't into it this year for some reason. But I do want to hang some lights around because this time of year you need winter lights. That's what I call them. Maybe I'll wear this at the winter solstice event.
Ready for a question? They're starting to
Yeah.
pour in again. We just passed the top of the hour, so we always do a little
The
update.
questions are starting to pour in at the end of the show.
Yeah, of course. This is from Cat Lovers. What do your guides say about the origin of the COVID virus? Man-made or natural?
This question is 2 years old.
You think so? Have we learned? Is there any new information?
All right, we'll go over it again. And somebody even wrote the word that I always get wrong, zoo something.
Oh, yeah. Zootropic? Zoo.
And I always want to say zoo. I always want to say zoonics, which sounds like something in outer space. It originated in a bat. Bats are losing their habitats, as are many animals. And animals, when they lose their habitat in huge amounts, huge acreage of their habitat, those viruses that are usually contained to that species jump to humans. Period. That is what happened. And nobody can tell me any different ever. They had it in the lab in China. They were doing some kind of research.
Zoonotic, Annette.
Zoo N-O-N?
Zoonotic. Zoonotic.
Zoonotic. Okay, I remember now. Nautic. Like nautical. Zoonotic.
Well, but N-O-T, not N-A-U-T.
I know, I'm just trying to give myself a way to remember it.
Right.
I'm learning French, you know.
Like
Don't have to
hypnotic.
listen
It's more
to
like
it.
hypnotic, zoonotic.
That's what you have to do when you learn a language is like, oh, that's like, you have to have something to make you think of it. That's how you remember people's names too.
Yeah. Remember Michael Scott in The Office? How he would remember people's names?
I didn't watch The Office.
Oh, that's too bad.
The Office was too bland for me. That kind of dry humor is a little too dry.
Really?
Yeah.
How about this question from Good Karma? Will any big names get indicted regarding Epstein?
Oh, Good Karma got 2 questions tonight.
Yep.
Good Karma gets a bell. See, it must be the name, Good Karma. What about Epstein? Why do I have to tune into Epstein's energy? Ugh, gag me.
Will any big names get indicted?
No.
Geez, you slammed the bell down.
Well, could you big names like, you know, no, I don't see that.
See, I'm just scrolling through. Any questions here, folks?
Because
I
we
asked
are
people if they
now
like
down,
ribbon candy or not. People like
down to
ribbon
the last
candy.
5 minutes.
All right, we're
That's
hanging
the
for a
last
bit.
5 minutes, and the rest of my, it's a 2-peep show. That's a lot.
Yeah, we double peeped it here.
We double peeped tonight. It sounds bad. It sounds like it's dirty. We double peeped.
Annette, here we go.
It's a double peep show.
Yep, you get
It's double sweaters.
yeah, you get sweaters in each window you look at.
This is classic. This is a classic show, Corey. This will never happen again.
I can't believe you have that sweater.
No,
And I can't believe the wreath is so off.
I think this is the right way.
Well, then what the hell? I mean,
This might be the female version.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Higher up. Looks like a bow tie.
I guess so. Oh boy, a flood. Now, hold on. Warren had a question in here.
I'm
Corey,
sure.
there's a question whether the
are.
painting Rembrandt wearing a red hat was actually painted by Rembrandt. Was
No,
it painted by Rembrandt or somebody else?
it wasn't painted by Rembrandt.
Ooh.
I feel like it was painted by one of his students.
Oh.
Do you think he must have had students, right? I'm assuming.
Hmm.
I don't know anything about this Rembrandt self-portrait. It was not painted by him. It was either a student or somebody who looked to his work and learned from it. It's a student. No, it was one of his students. I'm getting that very strongly. I don't know who his students were. Have to look that up.
All right.
And I have to
Tell us.
look at the story of it too, because I haven't heard about it.
It's some sort of lightning round. Joanna Carson, is the Texas grid going to fail this winter?
Yeah,
Woo!
and pockets. Greg Abbott needs to get unseated. My gosh, he has committed so many crimes. He's as bad as DeSantis, and that's pretty bad.
Mm.
What's disconcerting to me, like especially with Ron DeSantis right now currently, is like he's actually making it a crime. He's attempting to make it a crime to treat COVID. Somebody like that needs to not be in a position of leadership. That's indirect murder in a certain way. Because he's going after the people that were helping in the height of the pandemic, when people were dropping like flies. You know, I think people have short memories because back in March, April 2020, all of 2020, most of 2021, we were like panicked. And Ron DeSantis is going after those people that helped. Going after the helpers, the people that literally saved people's lives. And all their entire life energy had to go to saving lives, and he wants to have them under investigation. All right, you're not paying any attention to me whatsoever. I hate that.
No, listen, I have to listen.
I
But
understand, but you have to understand from my perspective what it looks like.
But when we're out of questions, I have to look for a question.
That's
That's
all
it.
right. That's all right.
Yeah. And also, you're talking to the 400 plus people.
I finished.
Oh, we're back after a quick
I
break.
was done being in Ron DeSantis's energy.
All right, people
even
are
though
asking
the
about the
question-
winter solstice thing.
The
Luckily,
question was about Texas. What about the solstice thing?
people are asking about the class, but Annette and Annalie and Christian have that covered. They're hooking them up.
Yes, thank you. Sign up. It's going to be great. We don't spend enough time capturing the magic of these big shifts in the seasons and the energy of the seasons. And this is a time when the veils are very thin between the two worlds, similar to Halloween.
Do you want our out there question for the night? Who
Sure.
will be the first alien race that the government will introduce us to? The Pleiadians? And how will this unfold? So the
They
first
don't,
alien.
first of all, they don't call themselves that.
Mm.
It's not going to happen. That's a question that assumes that it's going to happen.
Right.
It's not going to happen.
It's a big assumption.
It would have already happened. I mean, it did already happen, but it's in a different dimension. That's a weird question. Who asked that question?
That was the Hungarian Aquarian.
That's just so weird. Nothing against the person. I mean, if somebody called me weird, I wouldn't take offense at that.
It's a great handle though.
I'm used to that. Yeah, I like it. But Hungarian Aquarian. Are they from Hungary?
Yeah.
Are they from Hungary?
First generation Hungarian, we found out last night. Yeah.
But living in Hungary?
No, I think in the Chicago area.
Okay. Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Let's see. Christian Montone, Corey, you can tell Annette that Rembrandt students oftentimes sign his name because that was the custom to sign the name of your teacher.
I had no idea.
Interesting, right?
I never knew that. It just came to me. And actually, the energy I get around it is that the student that painted it really was really wanted Rembrandt to really, like, he did the best job he possibly could. Like, the student really loved him, really admired him, kind of like, big fan, and wanted him to wanted to do the best job that he could, so Rembrandt would really be touched.
You've gotten some nice fan art lately.
I haven't hung it up.
Oh, you can put it right into next to
Thank you
Sadhguru.
for the fan art. Very nice. And somebody named Claire sent me a really, I didn't remember to display it. A really great Halloween card
Oh yeah.
next, and a really beautiful autumn card. There's some talented artists out there.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. And thank you to the person who sent me the sweater. I need to write these people's names
Last
down.
year.
Like, I didn't write down the name of the person who sent the peeps. I know Warren sent the Ganeshes,
No,
which I shared this
Annalie.
morning.
Annalie sent the peeps.
Well, I can't remember everybody.
You know what?
Thank
It
you.
actually blows my mind. Well, I think because a lot of people send gifts through, they'll buy through a store or through Amazon or something, but we never see return address.
That's true too. Yeah.
You have one here now, Annette. I have a
have
package
a
here now. A gift. I don't know who it's from.
Yeah. And then they send Secret Santa packages.
Yeah, and now it's screwing up the
Nice.
post offices. You and I have PO boxes next to each other in a small post office. So I walked in
Have you pick up my mail?
because it's addressed to the bridge and then has your name.
So do you want me to pick up your packages when I'm there?
No, because it's easy. I'm always in Magnolia.
Okay.
So yeah, you never work. And usually mine is just like junk mail and checks.
Yeah, I don't go to the post office as much as I used to because I got mad about DeJoy raising the rates.
Yeah.
So that post office is much farther away.
Yeah, it is. How about you want this one from Naja? What was that sphere that was seen in Arizona about a month ago? It looked like a planet. It was in the middle of the night and it was next to the moon. It wasn't Jupiter.
It wasn't a comet. We know if it was a comet.
Hmm.
I didn't hear about it. I don't know what.
Well, I remember how bright Jupiter was in October.
I remember I was looking at something, was it last night? I'm like, wow, that huge star. Is it Jupiter? now-
Jupiter's been huge lately.
Must have been. I was like, what is that? Is that a UFO? It's a pretty big star, pretty big planet. I sense things are winding down.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can, oh, Dancing Warrior, are your PO box numbers on your pages for Christmas cards and gifts? Yep. So it's in here below the video, but the PO box for Bridge Cape Am is 5432, PO box 5432, in Gloucester, Massachusetts 01930. I think Annalie might have that at the ready. I'll type it in here just in case.
I don't want to give you mine because I keep getting it wrong.
Oh yeah, mine's simple. And if you send something to Annette, I mean, I can grab that for it too.
Send it to Corey.
Yeah. So that's a piece of cake.
Don't send me
Thanks for that.
office. I don't get mail in my office.
Yeah. And we've gotten lots of cards and letters and emails and comments.
You
and
guys
stuff
are
and-
awesome. You guys are awesome. Come hang out with me. I mean, on Zoom.
Yeah, not in real life. No.
Not really. I don't hang out with anybody until the pandemic's completely gone.
Yeah, February 2024. You can hang out with Annette if you like.
Yeah. Well, then there'll be other stuff.
Okay, that's it. A few people asked about Twitch. Did you see this? DJ Twitch, the DJ on Ellen's show, the dancer and committed suicide.
I don't know who that is.
No. Okay. People are now asking for a community card. If you would do another community card, please.
Yes, most certainly. Let's do a community card. Let's do these cards.
And folks, we know, so just to remind everyone, next Wednesday night, Annette and I will do another show. We'll probably start at 7 p.m., but from 6 to 7 that night, we'll replay one of last year's prediction shows from Christmas Eve.
That's
And then
gonna be enough time?
What's that?
It's 1 hour.
That one, the first one is 1 hour long. Yeah.
So we're gonna play the show on Wednesday from 6 to 7, the show from last year. I'm just gonna watch it. I don't think I'm gonna be on the screen.
Right.
And
you can
then
just-
we'll jump on for our show at 7.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody, well, they could watch it just before then too.
Yeah, you got to go digging, but they're there. I think actually Christian might have watched them during the last week or listened to them.
Yeah, I think, I don't remember what I said.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't revisit this stuff.
Yeah, so it's funny. I should have gone back and seen. I'll do it.
And then
I'll do
people are asking if I will be on next Tuesday night to get questions. I'm not positive. I might have an event Tuesday. And if not, then and actually I have an event Monday. I have a live show at the animal shelter on Monday. And then that's going to turn into a holiday party. So I don't know about Monday yet. Tuesday, I know I'm going to be somewhere in that afternoon. So I'm
You
not
said you
positive.
weren't having a holiday party.
At work, no. So what happens is the work crew, we don't do it through work. We do the show at the animal shelter, then we go out for lunch or whatever after on our own, not with like the bosses or anything.
Where are you going?
We don't know yet. It depends. They're all from out of town. So I just say, where do you guys want to go? Because you have to drive home after, not
Yeah, you'll probably go to the Beauport.
No.
No?
Nah.
You don't like the Beauport?
No, I do, but I don't think it's, we're gonna be in West Gloucester, so maybe we'll hit Essex or something.
Where's Tyler from?
Beverly.
Yeah, I thought he wasn't far away. Anyway, I'm doing the community cards and we're talking about local things. I don't know. Have you seen me on cable TV yet? I don't even know if I'm on.
I don't know if I can check quick to see if it's been on yet, but I don't know.
No biggie.
Yeah.
The cards for the next several days for the collective. The Fool is, we were talking about Trump earlier, so we have the Fool card. We're going to see him acting like a fool. We're going to see a lot of people acting like fools. Actually, it's going to be the week for the Fools, not the band. Well, I haven't thought of that band in a long time. Were they local? Were they from here, the Fools?
Yeah.
I get them mixed up with the Cars sometimes.
Well, the Fools, and they ended up down in Florida.
Oh, and we're on to Satan land. We will see a lot of people acting completely like complete fools because the hammer's coming down, and it's going to be just like, how many? They're just not going to know what to do. But Donald Trump is leading the pack on that. The high priestess, the DOJ is going to continue to be quiet, not silent, but quiet behind the scenes as they hammer away at those indictments. It's going to be a lot going on the legal front. But I have this sense that it's just the tip of the iceberg. What we see this coming week is going to be just the tip of the iceberg because the high priestess indicates that there's more where that came from. So this is pointing to what's going to be going on in the United States in the coming week. I'm going to pick 3 more cards just for, like some advice and count your blessings this time of year. When you find yourself complaining, just go, stop it. I have to do that sometimes because there's some good things happening. The sun, the light is being shown on the good stuff. The Ace of Coins. Really, these cards are saying really focus on the love that you have in your life, that you create in your life, and the blessings and the good stuff. And when we do that, it increases and it makes everybody happy. So there you have it. Sing some Christmas music. Sing Happy Christmas by John Lennon. I've been playing a lot of Christmas music on the keyboard. And there'll be live music at my event too.
Oh, nice.
And next week, I'm planning to do an actual YouTube live stream show with my songwriter friend, Sean Galloway, Gallaway. I've known him for a long time. And he's a really gifted songwriter. He's kind of like a John Denver. So we're figuring out how to put that together, but I need to figure out, I'm still in a quandary about monetizing my YouTube channel, figuring that all out. And we want to be able to take donations for our show.
Nice.
So that's the 22nd. We're going to take that Thursday off from Grassroots of Democracy. Please visit my website. There's too much on there for me to tell you everything. I would just be here all night blabbering on, repeating myself.
Oh, that's okay. Well, there's a ton of thank yous in the chat from everybody.
Thank you.
So I'll let everyone know when the Svetlana interview is done. The ball's in her court right now. I'm ready when she is. So I'm glad that we connected again, that she's back home. And we'll raise some more money for Ukraine relief, or we'll send more care packages to Annette and folks fighting the good fight. So there is that. We have to thank our moderators, Christian Montone and Annalie Finch. Once again, thanks for all your help and support tonight.
This is my applause.
Yeah, and thanks to all of you, the hundreds of you that joined us this week and every week. If you're new to the channel, thanks for being a part of it. Like we said, our schedule now is one, you can follow Annette all the time on her channel and see when she's doing her shows. She has her solstice event on the 17th. So if you want more information, just go to AnnetteDion7@gmail.com or visit psychicannetteDion.com. There is that. I don't know what I'm doing in Bridgeland. I'm popping around. You've seen the videos I've been doing lately. My next history piece won't be ready until after the new year, but we'll have Svetlana. I'm hoping to be on Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, to get questions for the next show with Annette. And then next Wednesday at 6 p.m., we'll replay last year's prediction show. And then around 7 p.m. or so, Annette and I will come on live for another edition of The Psychic and The Sidekick. So thanks again for your time, Annette.
Yes, I usually go on live on Friday for the Psychic News Network live stream. I call it Friday Night Live. So tune into my channel. Please subscribe to my channel.
And do we need to wear these for the next 2 shows, right?
No, we don't want to wear it out. You know what I mean?
I think it's too late.
So to speak.
Yeah, we'll let the crowd just keep it in the office, and we'll let the crowd decide if we should.
I had to wait until you showed up with it before I was going to wear it. And
I can't believe I picked this one tonight.
And I was waiting for you to pick it. I was sending you vibes. And thank you to whomever sent me this last year.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, and thanks to all the nice notes and everything. Like I said before, thanks for all of it. Thanks for your support from day one. You guys have been awesome. It's been a fascinating 2022. We still have a little time left to share with each other, and then turn the corner for next year. So anyway, on behalf of all of us here at Bridge Cape Ann, have yourself a good night. Annette, it was great seeing you. I'll see you. Oh, you gonna stop by for that package?
Yeah, but can you just leave it? Because I'm going to be here for a while.
Oh yeah. Okay, so it'll be by the mailbox.
Okay.
Okay, I have 2 recycling bins out there.
Yeah.
It'll be in the top one, so it'll just keep it from being
Okay.
exposed. Okay.
All right. They don't have to know that. But
Yeah, but whatever. We're talking now.
it's dark out. It's fine. No one's going to take it.
Okay. All right, go away now, Annette. We'll see you soon.
All right. Bye. Thank
All right,
you.
bye.
It's fun. It's always fun. Bye. Love you
Okay.
all.
All right, and thanks everyone once again for all the eyes and ears tonight. That was a fun one. Look, 3 hours, 3.5 hours for me, and 3 hours on the dot with Annette. So great stuff all around. I'll catch up with the chat and everything later on. Thanks to all the lurkers out there too. We appreciate you. And keep an eye on the community tab for updates, or you can always email me at hello@bridgecapeann.com if you have a question or something. I'll try to get back to you ASAP. So, all right, have a great night, folks. We'll see you next time on the bridge. Adios for now. Enjoy the fire.